It's Throwback Thursday with Covino and Rich.
Hi, my name is what? My name is Are you telling me you built a time machine out of a DeLorean?
Throwback Thursday. What's the problem? Yo, I'll solve it. Check out the hook while my DJ revolves it.
I don't even own a gun, let alone many guns that would necessitate an entire rack.
Throwback Thursday.
I'll tell you how I became the prince of a town called Bel Air.
Bueller.
What are you? I'm Batman.
Ned Ryerson.
Two in the box. Ready to go. Me be fast and they be slow.
It's Throwback Thursday with Covino and Rich.
Okay, so we're in a doll factory, right? It kind of reminds me of that movie, The Leprechaun. You remember with that little guy who goes, I'm the leprechaun. Garth, I'm the leprechaun.
Cool it, okay?
I'm the leprechaun.
Stop it, all right?
Don't try and steal me, pot of gold.
Why do you hang around with these guys?
Because they're fun. If I wanted a guy that was all drive and ambition, I could have stayed in Hong Kong. Back there, guys like that are 12 for 10 cents.
You mean a dime a dozen?
Maybe where you shop. I think you underestimate them. They're really sharp.
Stop it, leprechaun man!
Chill.
What are the monsters to you, sweetie? I'm not.
Sweetie.
Stop it.
Sweetie. Sweetie. Come on, sweetie. Come on. Pixie dust. Sweetie, it's me. It's me. The leprechaun.
Oh, yeah. These guys, really sharp.
I'm scared.
It's the leprechaun.
Want to leave, but can't. Want to move.
Where are you going to move?
Get away, leprechaun.
Are you going to move to Ireland? Because I'm the leprechaun.
Got to go.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Don't mind if I do.
Covino and Rich. Are you ready?
Honestly, how do I deal with you every day?
Get ready.
Heard all about it on the radio.
Holy mother nugget! And holy mother meatball!
I'm the smartest man alive! You're so ridiculous. What? You're such a fool. Get out of here.
Oh, I'm a disc jockey.
What's a disc jockey?
Here we go. Covino and Rich.
Let's go!
I'm the leprechaun! I'm the leprechaun! Happy St. Patrick's Day from your pals Covino and Rich. Yeah.
Are you going to move to Ireland? Because I'm the leprechaun.
I'm the leprechaun. You got your pot of gold? I love that. I love that. Happy St. Patrick's Day again. I'm live from Vegas. Rich is in LA. We're here to do the show. We're going to throw it back a little bit, reminisce some. Nice. Nice. I have St. Patty's Day fun facts.
Oh, Jesus.
Nice. We'll reminisce a little bit. I got some rando news. Nice. Spring training has begun, and we be rocking out. Yo. Well, as we say, Erin Go Braghless, which, by the way, means Ireland forever on a St. Patty's Day. Sometimes I don't know.
I prefer Erin Go Braghless.
That's sweet, spot. Go home for the day.
I stole that from Sex and the City.
Erin Go Braghless. I noticed that I'm not quite sure. That sounds Hispanic, actually. Erin Go Braghless? Yeah. Doesn't sound Irish. I'm never quite sure, and you'd know best because your daughter's older now. I'm not quite sure when my daughter believes something or goes along with the make-believe or pretend. Does that make sense? Well, shit. If she's got you fooled this early, you're in trouble, man. I'm meaning, I don't know if she thinks unicorns are real, right? We've talked about that. I'm like, yo, I think she thinks if we go to the zoo, there'll be unicorns. Today, Emmy went to school. Spot, throw up the picture I sent you. Emmy's all decked out in her green tutu and her little...
Oh, same.
Her little rainbow headpiece, and she got all her little... yeah, there she is.
This is awkward. I wore the same outfit.
Getting ready for St. Patty's Day. And I'm like, Emmy, what are you doing at school today? And I think she really thinks she's going to try to catch leprechauns today. Yeah, she's 4 years old. Of course she thinks that. I go, well, what did you do?
How can she? Covino's in Vegas.
I go, Emmy, what did you do yesterday? And they all brought a little shoebox to school, Covino, and they made leprechaun traps. And I'm like, Yo, they better
anything
they better
green.
have some cool shit up their sleeve at preschool because I don't want my daughter being disappointed that she didn't catch a leprechaun today.
Well, that goes with my theory of the more lies you tell, the more confusing, or the quicker you give up the gig of Santa Claus. You know what I mean? Because they figure out the leprechaun, they figure out the tooth fairy, they figure out the Easter bunny, and they figure out that elf on the shelf. So that's the other one. So once they figure that out, they're like, well, last night says that I'm 8% Irish, and I'm trying to figure out like how that's possible. So 8%. So maybe a little more than we thought. My grandma, shout out to my Nana, my dad's mom was Irish.
I recently looked at my 23andMe as well. That's so odd you would say that. I recently looked at like, hey, what's my deal? And yeah, all Eastern and Western European. Just I'm a European dude. I'm European, man. That's it. It's Russia, Germany, everywhere. Just it's all there.
Yeah, but you don't throw on a little green just to be festive. Your kid is all decked out.
Oh yeah.
And you got no green on at all. Like I'm in Vegas. And
I got a great spot. Throw me those sunglasses. I was just waiting to wear. I was waiting to wear my Shamrock glasses today.
That doesn't count. Like, do you throw on a green T-shirt or something?
Upside down, Rich.
There you go. I mean, that's better. You look like Elton John, but it's better.
Cold hard.
He's a Shamrock man.
Yeah, I mean, you look like Elton John on St. Patty's Day, but still better than nothing. Especially when you got kids, you gotta lead with the festivity.
Yeah, I should have thrown on something green. My fail. I was just doing a bunch of shit this morning, so this will be good enough for now. Oh, I can throw on a hat too. How about that?
Is that a noggin boss?
No, that's a normal. That's Rich's normal size.
So see, this is good, right?
For everyone else, it's a noggin boss.
Much better. That's
so
much
now,
better.
is this acceptable for you now? Perfect.
Now I'm feeling it. Yeah, no, look, I'm wearing a green. This is green. It's like more of an olive green, but it is green. And I got a green picture in my background, if you could see that. I don't know if you can, but, I'm doing my best out here in Vegas. If I was home, I was going to wear a green sweatshirt today.
Yes, the front desk. Give me a room with a green, with green decor so that my show is appropriate.
I saw a funny meme. I won't be able to find it now, but it was a picture of some guy waking up, like with his eyes all squinty, kind of how I look right now. And after a late night in Vegas, and he goes, "This is how fish wake up in the green rivers of Chicago."
Oh yeah, I saw that.
It was all green. It was just a green guy waking up in the morning. It was pretty funny.
Well, I got a couple St. Patty's Day fun facts to throw at you to start the show. Before we get into the meat, the corned beef of the Covino and Rich
I'm
show.
having corned beef for dinner tonight.
It's so wild to me that corned beef is so delicious, yet corned beef and cabbage is the grossest shit on earth. How could the same meat? It's like Brussels sprouts.
It's boiled meat.
Yeah, it's like Brussels sprouts. When you boil something, you ruin it.
Like
stop burling things.
Because the corned beef you have at a deli, I'm pretty sure that's smoked.
Yeah.
The corned beef you have on St. Patrick's Day is boiled in water with cabbage and potatoes.
There's nothing tastier than a corned beef sandwich. But corned beef and cabbage, my grandma used to make that shit, and I would do that trick. You know what? You would take a bite, you would put slowly, piece at a time in your napkin to throw out. Corned beef and cabbage, grossest shit on earth. Irish are not known for their cuisine. That's a fact.
No. Absolutely not. I'm actually looking up a lyric.
Up our video here.
There's a really weak ass lyric in the song "Danny Boy" from House of Pain.
Oh,
I don't know if you heard it, Rich. Everlast goes, "Hey, Everlast." He says, "I got to have corned beef and cabbage if I want to manage. I never eat a pig, but I'll fuck up a potato."
Yeah.
I don't know if you. That's for the House of Pain fans. Shamrocks and shenanigans on the St. Patrick's Day.
Now, is it true that corned beef and pastrami are the same thing? Is that like one of those, a cucumber is a pickle once it's pickled? Is pastrami cured and spot? Go up the comments and the feedback.
Yeah, isn't it?
Pastrami.
Isn't it just how it's prepared?
Because a pastrami or corned beef sandwich is top tier. Top tier. A little sauerkraut, a little cheese, a little Thousand Islands or Russian dressing or something?
It's the boiling of it, man.
It really
is.
It's
just how the Irish prepare that shit. It tastes like ass
Covino,
cheeks.
it's
sweaty ass cheeks.
Smoked corned beef is pastrami.
Yo, I said it before. It's the Brussels sprout theory. For decades, people boiled Brussels sprouts and they wondered, why does no one like Brussels sprouts? Then all of a sudden people decide to cut them in half, put them on a pan with a little salt and pepper and oil, and all of a sudden it's like, yeah, they're delicious. It's like, yeah, because you idiots boiled them for decades.
Ass. Well, top of the morning to you. Give me these fun facts so we can get into the fun stuff.
All right, you mentioned the Green River. The Chicago River is dyed green every year. When did they start that tradition?
1942.
It's a good guess. 1962. Oh. 1962, they started dyeing the Chicago River green as a tradition. Green bagels, green beer. We've all seen these things over the years. The St. Patty's Day parade, the St. Patrick's Day parade in New York City. When did they first have a parade in New York City for St. Patrick's Day?
1950.
1975.
1762.
Oops.
Oh, the luck of the Irish.
Oops.
Okay.
Let's see. You know that St. Patty's Day was once a dry holiday, which is ironic because now you consider it like a drinking holiday, but originally it was a religious dry holiday, and now it's turned into a let's get drunk.
I mean, yeah, St. Patrick.
St. Patrick is actually from Britain, not from Ireland.
Didn't he drive the snakes out of Ireland?
The original St. Patrick's Day colors had nothing to do with green. It was actually blue. St. Patrick, the original decor and color scheme that went along with it was blue, and then Americanized green because of the Irish flag.
Makes sense. I mean, you associate
because of the Irish plains.
Yes.
Yeah, you associate
Irish
Ireland.
countryside.
It's very, very green. With green, so it's their holiday.
Did you say it's very green?
And
it is very
shamrock.
green
With green.
And the shamrock is a sacred plant, and it dates back to there was a guy, McDonald, who gave a shamrock shake in 1474.
I think you're lying. I think you just made that up. I don't think that's a real
that's-
fun fact.
That's true.
By the way, I'm a fan of the Shamrock Shake. That's a very divisive and divisive conversation.
The shamrock shake.
Yeah, I love it. I'm all for it. I might have to get one today in Vegas.
Oh, the shamrock shake, you say?
I like
the
those.
Shamrock Shake.
Actually, the shamrock shake is pretty good. I'll be honest. It might be worth the little cheat, Covino.
No, yeah, I'm a fan of those, but some people hate them. Like I saw our buddy Al B, his wife Sid. She was like, I don't get it. It doesn't taste like mint at all. It doesn't. It just tastes green. And people just hate it. I don't know what the flavor of green is, but I love it. I think it's great.
What is the flavor of green?
Usually sour
Well,
apple.
it's supposed to be like a minty sort
right?
of.
Minty or sour apple. Usually
It's
green.
minty.
Yeah, but no, the shamrock shake, minty. But I'm saying green is usually associated with sour apple or mint, right?
But then when you see other people talking about the Shamrock Shake because it comes around every time this year, for everybody that loves it, people are real angry about it. It's like the McRib. Like, McRibs are gross. Yeah. People freak out about shit like that. So enjoy your Shamrock Shakes. Enjoy your Shamrocks and shenanigans. Enjoy your corned beef and cabbage if you want to manage. Enjoy your House of Pains and your Dropkick Murphys and your U2s. Enjoy all your Irish eyes are smiling on Buck Weiland. Enjoy your St. Patrick's Day. And again, I'll do a shot of Jameson tonight for my grandma.
One of his first original quotes, St. Patrick himself, born in Britain, he actually was quoted as saying this, hundreds of years ago, we're talking. You'll never get me Lucky Charms.
Oh, yeah.
Was one of his original
Lucky Charms.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He said that in...
they're always after me Lucky Charms.
Yeah, they're always after me Lucky Charms.
Pop quiz, what's the elf's name?
It's a television
leprechaun.
It's funny you should say that because I was just trying to think that and I couldn't.
I'm pretty sure it's Lucky, isn't it? Lucky?
Lucky and his charms? Is that what it is?
No.
Lucky, we want your Lucky Charms. Is that like, if you play an old school commercial, I guarantee the kids are probably like, Lucky took the Lucky Charms. They're always after me Lucky Charms.
That's my guess. They're magically delicious. That's my guess there.
And if you're living the mom or dad life, Lucky Charms are probably in your house after a 20 plus year hiatus. I haven't seen Lucky Charms in 20 plus years. They're in the cupboard right now.
No, you're marshmallow-less Lucky Charms as a parent.
Yes.
Because you eat all the marshmallows first.
You know,
last time we saw Lucky, he was left hanging.
Lucky, yeah. Last time we saw Lucky.
Were in a mixed-up marshmallow mess. Last time we saw Lucky, he was left hanging, and his Lucky Charms were in a mixed-up marshmallow mess.
Ooh, the crunchy old cereal. How will I ever fix it?
I know what to do.
What a Wheatus.
Pink heart, orange stars, yellow moon, green clovers, blue diamonds,
And purple horseshoes. Part of this complete set. Hooray!
What was the thing they added? The balloons, right?
They have a million marshmallows. In fact, Covino, my mother-in-law at her house in Texas, just to show, I mentioned yesterday, Spot, that my in-laws are great at having treats. Like, there's just too many treats. You know they sell the Lucky Charms marshmallows without the cereal, so you can add extra marshmallows?
I do know that.
Yeah, no, I didn't know that.
This is absurd, because I just want to fucking eat the marshmallows nonstop. Those are the best. Those, like...
Yeah. Again, in moderation, right?
Of course.
That's for you.
Because I could eat handfuls of those fucking things for sure. And I just might because it's St. Patrick's Day.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm here in Vegas to gluttonize. Yeah, I'll do another round. Yeah, bring it on. Dessert, let's go.
Isn't there
might as well bring out a shake and some marshmallows while we're at it.
Isn't there a place that has like 100 different types of like whiskeys? You should go to that.
Ooh, I don't know.
Oh.
Is there? Well, I have an event to do tonight, so I'll do it after the event. I don't want to show up.
Vegas. Vegas never stops.
Yeah, but I don't want to show up all unprofessional. You know, I got to show up in my briefcase with my briefcase and ready to rock.
Are you gonna go find some gross Irish food?
No, fuck no. Like Rich said, Irish, great people, great history, great traditions.
Terrible
not
food.
known for their cuisine.
No.
They're just not.
So,
At all, so.
you know, we all know the heritages and the backgrounds that are known for their food. The Irish, not one of them. To wrap it up, I promise you, every year I remember dreading my grandmother who insisted, my mom's mom who insisted, last name Dempsey, they insisted on the corned beef and cabbage on St. Patty's Day. And I remember as a little kid being like, oh, barf, why?
Barf.
Oh,
I'd rather have a barf burger than some corned beef and cabbage.
Well, Erin Go Braghless, enjoy the St. Patrick's Day shenanigans. Oh, and by the way, I don't know if Kiss Me, I'm Irish rolls anymore in the world of Me Too in 2022. I don't think you should be going around saying Kiss Me, I'm Irish.
I have a pin somewhere that says Tug Me, I'm Irish.
I don't know.
Okay, I got to find it.
No.
I don't know.
Yeah, I do. I have that.
Nope.
I do. Yeah.
Nope.
You know
No,
what?
I do.
Covino, I'll back you up on, you know how you love to say that of all the heritages and backgrounds, and you always say that Hispanic people are good to take the joke. You always say that, like, people could do impressions, people could make jokes, and the Latino community is not very sensitive.
Yeah, you can't cancel Speedy Gonzalez. It's their mascot.
Yeah. I think there's something to be said about, you could do an Irish accent. You could also make fun of Irish people for drinking. Oh, they're a bunch of drunks, a bunch of Irish people. I don't think there is. I think they also are. You could make fun of them whatever you want, whatever way you want.
You can't say gingers though. I don't think. I was hosting Turbo, right, and I was like, I want to shout out all the gingers, and Jordyn like came storming in. She's like, you can't say that. And I'm like, why not? She's like, you can't say that. I'm like, I got to recut it then. Can never do nothing. So I had to re-record it.
Well, there you go. There's my fun facts. Have a good day, everybody.
Oh, that's it?
All right.
Oh, man.
All right. Well, happy St. Patrick's Day. Enjoy your Lucky Charms. And thank you guys for hanging out. Again, live from the Vidara. At the Vidara here in Vegas. Rich is in L.A. Spotty's. Where are you now, Spot? Are you in Ireland?
I'm in Ireland. I'm visiting my I don't have any Irish ancestors, but I'm visiting a nice castle in Ireland on a hillside on the countryside.
I know that you don't need to be attached at the hip with your significant other, but has your husband, wife, boyfriend, girlfriend, I talk to the collective you, have they gone on a trip with friends where you're like, oh man, I'm happy for you, have fun, but man, that means I guess we're never going there? Has Jordyn gone anywhere where you're like, man, like have fun with your girlfriends, but that sucks because I sort of would like to go there one day?
I mean, not while we were dating, but she's gone to a lot of places where I haven't gone, you know? Plus she was a flight attendant for private pilots and stuff like that. So she was all over the place while, you know, I was here with my thumb up my ass.
Is it true that
But
her
again, that
is
was
it true
before,
that, is it true that
that was
Jordan's
before
ex
we were
is
dating.
is it true her ex is Sully Sullenberger?
It's true, yeah. A lot of people don't know that.
Yeah, she's always liked older guys.
I mean, it happens though. I mean, what are you gonna do? I was talking to a guy in Uber who was telling me a way too long of a story. And I was politely listening the best I could because, I can't focus for more than 3 seconds at a time.
True.
He was like, my wife is she's in the Bahamas right now with her girlfriends. He's like, but I got a new job. I couldn't go. I'm like, you ever gone to the Bahamas? He's like, nope. What do you do? Tell your wife not to go?
No, exactly. I'm just saying when we talk about Ireland, my wife and her best childhood friend, Julie, her best pal since she's like a little kid. Spot, Julie. She was the maid of honor and you were the best man at our wedding. Her and Julie went on an Irish excursion. They went all over Ireland, all the different cities. They rented a car. They were like hanging off of cliffs and going to, drinking beers and doing it.
Don't you remember we used to joke? We went on like a week's worth of jokes about how Sarah was going to leave you for a ginger Irish guy.
Yeah, she was in Ireland for a week and she has all these great memories and I'm glad she does, but I certainly am a little jealous that she talks so highly of her times in Ireland.
Going to pubs that you're not involved in.
I know. Not that I don't care. It's just in my mind, I'm like, I guess I'll never go to Ireland for a while at least, because in her mind, she's been there, if that makes sense.
Random Throwback Thursday reference. Our very own handsome Gabe wrote a song about Rich. And in that song, he said something about Sarah leaving him for an Irish dude.
Right.
Yeah. And out of context, it makes no sense. But that's because we were harping on that for that minute, And
but
it's always on to the next for us.
It was a good excuse for a trip. I'll give Sarah that. Her and her friend Julie were celebrating their friendship. And I'm like, what do you mean? She goes, well, we met. I think she took the trip when she was like maybe 30-ish. Because I remember her being like, Julie and I are officially friends for 25 years. And I'm like, you're celebrating your 25-year friendship with a trip? I was like, a cool excuse. I like it.
Yo, bro, hey, in like 4 years, you want to go to like Brazil and celebrate our friendship?
Yo.
Oh, let's go check out some
Fulfill our fantasies.
20-year anniversary of Covino and Rich. No women. We're all going to Brazil booty watching.
Can we go to Miss Bum
Really?
Bum? Miss Bum Bum Brazil?
Yeah, we're gonna be judges in Miss Bum Bum International.
Can't you guys do cool
in
stuff
that case, I'm going to stick my dick in a mashed potatoes and book my flight right now.
I mean, it's our friend anniversary, Covino, 20 years.
I mean, I'm happy you
have to
guys
do
like
this.
got to get paid to like look at cars and stuff, but can you like get paid to look at bum bums?
Yeah. Instead of hosting for BMW, you should be hosting for Bum Bum.
Yeah, BUM.
I mean, if Sarah did it,
no BMWs, more BUMs.
Yeah.
I've always said what's good for the goose is good for the gander. So, Rich, 4 years, I think like maybe even 3 years from now, me and you are going to be sliding down Butt Cheek Mountain in Brazil.
I know. Sarah,
Can't wait.
It's our friend's anniversary. What do you want? Can't say no.
Can't wait.
Can't say no.
I've never been to Ireland, but someday I'll be there. I think I'll go there one day. So happy St. Patrick's Day, guys. I'm here in Vegas. Had a nice day in Vegas. Made lots of obvious observations that I'll share with you today. I'm sort of exhausted and spent because there's a lot of walking. It's that illusion. The casinos are always further than they appear. It's the quote-unquote mirage, pun intended, right, Rich?
Yes.
Like you think the hotel is, it's just right there.
That's a mistake.
Then you're walking forever.
That's
and
a mistake you make in your 20s when you go to Vegas because you're like, all right, I'm at Treasure Island Mirage area. You look down the strip and you're like, oh, there's the MGM. Meanwhile, it's like a couple miles away, but in your mind, it's so grand that it looks close.
It's the Vegas effect.
Hey, what do you think? You think we could walk from the Luxor to the Bellagio? No problem. Meanwhile, 2 hours later.
Yeah, so I'm just shopping and looking around, walking around, Bellagio, Cosmo, just making the rounds. And then we had our Ka event and dinner at MGM. So we'll walk to MGM.
You didn't get married, did you?
No, okay. Not yet. No,
not yet.
I'm waiting for if Chumley's available. He's my best man. Sorry,
I knew there was a catch.
So, few things when I'm walking around and I'm hitting all these shops,
shopping and rolling.
My first question is: you ever go to these super swanky photography art exhibits and say to yourself, "I'm going to buy one of those one day," but then you realize how expensive they are, and you have to remind yourself, who do you think you are? I am. I can't afford that.
It's interesting you would say this.
Peter Lick is the guy. I am drawn. There's a magnet in my ass the Peter Lick, what would you call it? His
exhibit?
his exhibit,
his work,
but his store, his chain, whatever. Peter Lick is at all these fun cities like Vegas, and you go in there and you check out his work, and you're like, yo, man, I gotta get that because everything looks amazing. Neebe knows what I'm talking about. All our photographer friends know what I'm talking about. And you go in there and you're like, do I want it floating? Do I want it with a frame? Do I have to get special lighting? Will it look like this in my place? Where would I put that? Wait, how much is that thing? $8,000. I don't like it that much. $8,000. I don't know. But you ever think that maybe you'll fill some space with some quality shit like that?
So crazy you would say this. And by the way, Spot, for people on tier 2, can you give a little sample of Covino's personal preferences? Who is this guy?
Peter Lick.
Peter Lick.
L-I-K. And I want...
Never heard
There's
of
a
this
few of them that I want. But again, you got to agree with your significant other, right?
I want to
But then there's got to be something something's got to speak to you. Then it's got to speak to both of you. Then you got to have a place to put it.
I know the image.
Yeah, you got to have...
You know one of them.
What, the one with the doors or the ocean, I mean, that looks like doors?
Let me see Peter Lick.
You'll recognize some of his shit. But then you got to also find something that means something. It's like getting a tattoo.
That's nice.
Nah, that's not my favorite one.
That's beautiful.
But that's just an example. Like this guy is he uses all different methods in his photography when developing these photos, and then, he figures out what looks best. And then as you dim the lights, right, they still illuminate in some sort of weird way. It's like they dim with the dimming of the lights.
It's some sort of shiny paint.
Yeah, it's like our parents' generation who all love Thomas Kincaids. It's like if you put it under a light, it would look different, right?
I love Thomas Kincaid.
But they're not cheap. That's the thing, Rich. They're not cheap. And we play these fun games. Like Jordyn likes that one, but there's no significance to it at all. And I'm like, well, why do you like that? Because it's pretty. And then, the guy wants to help you out. Like, well, what are you looking for? I'm like, nah, just looking. And he's like, well, what's your favorite place? I'm like, I don't know, Mexico. Well, this is Mexico right here. This picture right there. How much is it? $9,000. I'm like, yeah, I'm good.
It's weird. I went to lick.com and that wasn't what I thought it would be.
No, peterlick.com Spot, not lick.
Actually, it's lick.com, but lik.com.
It's interesting you would say this, Cove, because Sarah and I have come to the conclusion.
Here, I'm going to show you the prices of some of these.
We have come to the conclusion that we're in our home now. So the whole idea of, hey, we're renting, we're living in Manhattan, no, we're traveling, we're in Texas, New York. Like we are understanding now that, wait a minute, this is the home we're going to live in for a long time, hopefully, knock on wood, raise our kids here.
Your forever home.
Yeah, like the idea of...
I don't think that's real wood, by the way.
But I'm saying the idea of buying $100 print from Bed Bath & Beyond is something you do.
Everybody has, like generic print.
It's something you do when you're 25 years old. We have very empty walls in this place because we either need to...
What genre?
Right, Serge Tankian.
What genre speaks to you, by the way?
But Sarah and I...
Again... Good luck trying to agree on one thing. So there's one that I'm like, you know what? That one speaks to me. It's one of a lion Spot. And it's a famous Peter Lick lion photo. I'm like, yo, I'm a Leo. I'll get that one day when I have my own own dwellings where I have room for that.
Yeah, why don't you just
when I have my man cave.
Why don't you just take Chaz Dean's profile picture and put it on your wall?
I mean, that's an option too.
Is it this one?
Yeah, I like that one. But do I get it with a frame or floating? Yeah. Yeah.
Why don't you just get a photo of me on the wall?
No. Hey, can you give me a wide shot in my hotel room here? Look, do you like floating or frame? With the frame or frameless?
Depends on the image.
Yeah, like there's so many options.
I think
and
your
then they're
style,
so heavy. You got to get them anchored to the wall. Like it's not like you go to Home Goods and you just hang it up yourself.
Your style and the pizzazz of your condo where you have like chandeliers and glass.
So opulent.
Since you got that opulent vibe, I think floating. I don't think a frame works with your vibe. I think floating. So I don't know. Sarah and I recently talked about this. Like I said, that we're like, this is our forever home. Forever home. So we need to print out pictures of the family. We need to get a legitimate piece of artwork. Even our contractor said, all right, that wall right there, that's where you put your sweet piece of artwork. And I'm like, yeah, we have no clue. But you're right. Maybe find a local artist. Maybe you don't need to buy a $6,000 lick. But, You know what? You know what you don't do when you're a grown man? You don't buy $100 print from Bed Bath & Beyond. You don't go to IKEA and be like, oh, look, they got a nice picture of a bridge at IKEA. Oh, look at that. It's a fucking Brooklyn Bridge.
You know what that is, Rich?
Like,
right.
That's
really one step up. That's a half step up from your poster in college.
And it's not bad. I'm just saying I did it plenty of times where you're at, like I said, Crate and Barrel or the Bed Bath & Beyond or somewhere, and you see, oh, look, it's a flower pot print that everyone could really have.
That's why all my prints on my wall above my fireplace are photos that I've taken.
That's sort of cool.
I printed them out, put them in nice frames.
You know, I rather
to
pay.
change that, though.
I rather pay someone I know a couple $100 opposed to spending $6,000. Now, do you want photography or do you want a painting?
But this is like next level photography. There's like artistry involved in how he develops these photos. Like these aren't just like my buddy took this photo.
I'm sure there's a bit of post-production involved. So there's a digital art to it as well.
Yeah, it's crazy next level shit.
Got to ask you, when you look at what you would want to decorate your home with, is it, hey, I'm from the East Coast, let me try to find something that represents where I came from? Is it?
Yes, it's got to mean something,
no,
right?
Is it? I just love the way that it's pretty, it's beautiful, or do you want something like?
He wants a Roman statue.
Yeah, there's so many factors, Rich. Does it complement my decor, right? Does it match?
Yes.
Is it something that speaks to me? Is it just outright beautiful that I can't deny it? Or does it mean something, meaning like, yo, that's the craziest picture of the New York City skyline that I've ever seen. Like, I got to, with the moon in the back, I got to get that. Like, it's got to mean something because, we don't live on the East Coast anymore. So that would make sense to me. I actually said, Jordyn, ask him if there's anything from Idaho. And he's like, we do have some, because he's done photography in every
do they
place
have
in the
the
world.
potato mid-drop on New Year's Eve?
Yeah. I'm like, well, you got to get something that means something if you're going to spend, $8,000. I'm like, what? $8,000? So, but I love this. I love looking at that shit.
I don't know, bro. I think my limit, and then again, how do you set a limit? But mentally, if you're asking me now, my mind may change based on scenarios. But if you would ask me right now, I'd say 2 G's might be my limit on a piece of artwork. That's a lot. I feel like $800 to $1,000.
I admit I'm not ready for that yet. Yeah, like I haven't signed $1 million deal to buy some sweet ass Peter Lick photography sort of thing that I want.
And you know what, Covino? And you might say $800,000. That's still a ton. You know what? If you're spending like, you know that little piece of furniture, it's essentially a square almost. It's like top leg that I have in front of the mirror in my living room. Just that little under the circle mirror,
like a U-shaped table,
like an upside down U-shaped table. Literally just like wood. There's a little and like a table. That's like that right there is like an $800,000 little end table because it's from a nice store. So you're trying to tell me artwork isn't as valuable? Like if it's in your home, again, not your apartment, not your print from IKEA. Like, oh, I'm at the checkout line at IKEA. There's a cool picture of a ducks crossing the street. Like that's cool when you're 25 years old.
Nah, NFTs, bro.
Yeah, you gonna put a cartoon gorilla on your wall?
No, well, I'm looking at the feedback too. Zush makes a good point. When you're spending that much money on artwork, it will hold some value, if not increase in value in the future. It's not like you're wasting the money completely, especially if you're getting a painting. Anyway, my mind started thinking a little more opulent. That's the cool part about Vegas too, that you sort of sleep on. Rich, you always ask what I like about it. Like just the architecture alone. Every casino has its own vibe, and I love every vibe. Like I love every casino. Park MGM sucked. That was the weakest one I walked through yesterday. I never walked through Park MGM.
Medieval one?
The medieval one? I don't know. Which one is that?
Excalibur.
Excalibur.
That's
the weakest one.
Yeah.
That shit is weak. But I do like all of this shit. And then you see a lot of opulent things and you're like, man, I want some of this stuff. I think I want that. I want that one day. Not now. I can't afford it. But one day I'll have a space of my own where I could hang whatever the fuck I want because I'm not going to agree with Jordyn on some shit. And I'll spend $8,000 on something like that when I have that kind of money.
You mean Jordyn doesn't want to go to sleep with a lion staring at her?
What?
She doesn't want to go to sleep with a big lion staring at her?
No, that would be for me, right? But I'm allowed to do something for me. Dil ya se bien. But man, I'm walking around, I'm taking all these things in, and I'm like, look at this place. Like, how would you describe the Cosmopolitan, Rich?
Oh,
glitzy.
Oh, the Cosmo's the #1 spot in Vegas. It's opulent and glitzy and glamorous, and yeah.
I'm like, this place is beautiful. Then I'm walking through the Bellagio, and I'm like, the Bellagio is just, I don't even know how to describe it. It's wonderful.
Yeah.
It's amazing. The attention to detail is incredible. And the Vdara, all these newer spots, the Vdara, the Aria, they built these in 2009. Incredible, man. Just so nice. So it does make your mind go to the finer things that you want to get. Or you know what? Let me put it all on black and see if I could win. I'll come home with a Peter Lick photograph from my living room. So anyway, my day in Vegas, Peter Lick. I came back, took a shower, got ready for my night out, Rich, and guess where I ended up?
That does sound like a good day in Vegas. Peter Lick.
Nah, he's the guy. Those stores are everywhere, by the way.
No, I listen. I think getting something opulent for yourself is something you deserve later in life. I just wonder,
but how much later, bro?
Now,
you know what I mean? It makes me like want to get on the horse a little bit. How much later?
Could furniture be considered art?
Yes,
sure.
Like I feel like
nice
sometimes,
chair,
I remember Covino in your old house before your last situation came to an end. I remember you had some like super bright chair that was considered like the accent piece of the house.
Yeah.
And I remember thinking, oh, that's pretty cool. Like, so sometimes a piece of furniture could be like, like the thing.
I think you just need to settle on one piece, one centerpiece, one piece of opulence. That's the focal point for your main area. So
but it's such
you should find a nice image.
It's so tricky, Spot. What you're saying is easier said than done because you
don't want to turn your home into a gallery,
dude.
You want one focal piece that you can be like, oh yeah, this is our Lick, our Peter Lick.
I know, but I'm just saying, like, Sarah and I have had this house for a minute now, and we still are like, what are we gonna put on like that main wall and that wall? And then we're thinking to ourselves, well, how do you mix in the combination of like a sweet art piece versus pick like blown up photos of the family or your kids? Like, you know what Sarah hates that I don't? She hates canvases. Like canvas prints. She thinks they look tacky. And I'm like, I like canvas prints.
No,
you don't like them either?
I like them.
Yeah, she's like, I don't like them. I'm like, we got to get a couple canvases of Ben because all we have is Emmy shit. And I was like, well, you can't have our whole house be our daughter and no Ben.
Why don't you get those glass images? Those look cool. I always see advertisements for those.
Yeah, I got a couple cool pieces that I haven't hung yet. Want me? Can I just show you real quick and you tell me if you think it's worthy to hang in my home?
Sure.
Can you give me like 2 seconds? I mean, we're talking about it. Talk to Spot. I'll be back in 30 seconds.
You haven't had something hung in your home in a while.
But you got to be realistic.
Covino left for Vegas.
Stuff. And I'm also looking around, and man, when you're going through the Bellagio spot, which is right behind the Aria, the Vdara, where I'm staying, they have like the murderer's row of like opulent stores. It's like Chanel, Gucci, Louis Vuitton. It's like all in one. And you're looking at all these people and you're like, damn, people come here to spend. Who are these people? How do they have this money? Like people just shopping.
Yeah.
Women be shopping.
Well, it's a lot. I think it's a lot of foreign people that come and they shop and they get things that are cheaper here than would be in their hometown. Or it's just people on vacation that are like, I have a ton of money, or maybe I won some money and I want to spend it.
Cartier watches, Rolexes.
You know what? I always think,
oh shit.
I always think that if someone buys those things in Vegas,
well, the tax is cheaper here.
Yeah, slightly, but I usually think it's like, yo, that person just fucking hit a hundo on
maybe, but
16.
I look around, Rich, and it's a lot of young people too. I'm like, how do they have this money? And they're walking around like Balenciaga shoes and shit. I'm like, how the fuck?
They're all broke.
Who are these people?
They're all broke. And
like,
you get
like Louis Vuitton.
I don't know about that.
Who's going
Rich
to Louis
Spot
Vuitton?
is right. They're like foreign.
Who's going to Louis Vuitton?
Foreign people.
I saw Jordyn post the photo of a Louis Vuitton bag.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm over that. I feel like that's a
Well,
stage
you
of life
walk
that
around
you
with a
get
Louis
over.
Vuitton bag, people are more likely to help you out and try to sell you a Peter Lick photo.
Oh, is that it? Is it just a bag with nothing in it?
But I just feel like that stage of life is one that you go through
smart.
too. Like bags. Like I think you go through a stage where
bags.
After a while you're like, do I really care about that? But then some people always do.
I'll always care about nice things, dude. There ain't no shame in that.
No, but I'm saying like a bag. Like I think, like I don't think Sarah. I think an expensive bag would be like number 100 on Sarah's list of wants, just because there's so many other things in life now.
Yeah, priorities change, but she's never been that type anyway.
So I got this piece of artwork when I left New York, and I don't know. I don't think it's living room worthy, but I think this might be a cool like hallway piece. It's an artwork some artist in New York does with glass and mirror stuff. This is a replica of.
Oh, I love this.
34th Street,
Yeah, that should go somewhere.
Like a Penn Station, New York City subway sign, but in art form, Covino, like almost like in a.
Yeah, it means something.
Where do I put this in my house?
You know where that hallway. That can go in this little foyer right here.
I was thinking that like a foyer or a hallway or an entryway, the front of the house, maybe.
I think it should go. I think it should go back here because this is the fun zone. Yeah, this is in the studio. It's the fun zone.
And Sarah got a cool piece. Let me show you here.
And that should go.
It means something to her. Sarah has a. It's an old map of New Braunfels, Texas, with all the old stores in it, and she got it framed.
Oh yeah, put that in like the closet somewhere. I'm kidding.
Yeah, that means something. So when you're hanging shit, like you want it to mean something, right? There's got to be somewhat of a story behind it.
I think in the age of this coming from me is a laugh, but in the age of minimalism, I think having one thing.
Yeah.
I know you said it's easier said than done. Having one thing in your main area, one focal point in your main zone in your living room is the way to go. I think if you want to have those things,
that's the thing. I don't think nice things is something you grow out of. I don't look at it that way. I know,
but you can alternate. You can have a nice piece for a while. You can either put it in storage or move it to somewhere else and sell it. But I think in your main area, and a lot of people don't have big open floor plans. Some people do, but I don't. But you have one focus, like Rich. I think you have one focus. Maybe put it over your fireplace or that wall that has the mirror. Something that like is where you're like, this is our piece.
What about that artist?
This is it.
I have an idea.
That's what I'm talking about.
I have an idea.
But you're acting like that's what I've been saying the whole time.
But I think you're making it sound like you want to get all this different shit and have all this stuff all over your place.
No, he never said that. He never said that.
I said I wanted that one line, but that would be my personal thing one day, and I'll never get it. I doubt I'll ever get it, but. I do want one nice thing for when you come into my living room. You're like, oh, cool.
It's a talking
piece. I don't have anything. I have nothing on my walls at all.
Yeah. And you need a big piece, Covino, because you have those high cathedral ceilings. So if you have a little piece of artwork, it's going to look like midget.
Are you going to put it on that shelf that you were going to jump on top of, or are you going to put it above your couch?
I think who cares? Anyway, I just wanted to share.
I'll be honest. It's a good conversation
with you.
It's a good conversation. Sophisticated, Covino and Rich. We're getting older now. Artwork in your home, presenting something beautiful is part of being a grown-up. I mean, like, it's not a crazy conversation, Covino. Maybe an $8,000
grown-up is treating yourself. Like, you say you go out of things, bags or whatever the case. Fuck, dude, I still want a dope-ass watch. I'm not going to waste money on it like I was more likely to when I was younger and stupid. But when I do have that money and I sign that $1 million contract, better believe I'm going to get myself a nice watch. And I don't think you ever grow out of that shit. It's just a matter of, like, overdoing it, right? Like, you don't ever want to be the guy who's not humble and he just spends on opulent shit all the time. But I think it's nice to have nice things. You just don't want to go overboard. So you start thinking all these things when you're seeing the glitz and the glamour of Las Vegas and all the stores and all the shopping and all the money being spent. So it's crazy to see it so busy again too, because life seems back to normal here. And then came back, got ready for my night out, and Jordyn made the reservation for dinner, and I'm like, where are you going? She said, it's just a Kraft Steakhouse. I'm like, okay, Kraft Steakhouse at the MGM. I'm like, oh, okay, the MGM, fine. So we walked there, and
we've been there a million times.
Heels. What?
We've been there a million times together.
Yeah, I wasn't putting it together. Isn't that where Spot and my ex got in a fight?
Yes.
Yeah, Tom Kalachi.
So Tom Kalachi.
Tom Kalachi?
This place? Yeah,
Hopefully you replace the memories of that place.
Tom Colicchio's Craft Steakhouse.
Yeah, Tom Colicchio's Craft Steakhouse is where Spot and Layla got in the feud of all feuds where people got up and slammed shit down and walked out. And
I don't think I've been there since. We've passed it a million times, but I erased and overrode the crappy memory last night.
That place has the best. If you're ever in Vegas and you go there, it has the best chef's tasting menu. I fully recommend it.
Agreed.
It's very pricey,
but
though.
if you do the chef's tasting menu, make sure everyone has a credit card.
I don't think they had that available. They may have. I don't know. Everything's slightly different right now. As things get back to normal, I didn't see that. They probably had that. Jordyn took a risk and failed. We got it's the hanger steak, right?
No, why? No.
That was ass.
Hanger steak is isn't it like a flat, like
it's like almost like flank steak.
Shitty cut.
It's like the end of the fillet. Yeah, of the fillet part of the filet mignon. It's more like it tasted like
it's not as
tasted like taco meat, really.
Yeah.
You know. So she got that, but then she ended up eating mine with me. I actually got chicken, but I had a nice time. Yeah, no, had a nice time, and again overrode the bad memory. I'm like, Tom Colicchio's, whatever it is. I'm like, I've been here a million times. I had a nightmare experience there, but I went there again, had a great time, and then I had like 2 hours to kill. Just got some drinks in the MGM casino, and then we went to see Ka. Now, Rich, Ka's a Cirque du Soleil show that we've passed by a million times, right? There's a few of them. The O Show, Mystery, Beatles Love. There's a few of them.
And we know you weren't taking Jordyn to the O Show.
Boom.
I never take Jordyn to the O Show.
Boom.
It's a shame, really.
Really?
Well, I've seen it. I've seen that one, right? So anyway,
I've seen it, just not.
I've been there.
Just not a frequent customer.
I've just never taken her there. Like I'm there when she's there, but it's like never taken her.
You know what's funny about Ka, though?
She usually takes herself.
I don't know what the story's about at all. Have no idea if there was a storyline, because I think there was. There was a storyline going on, but it didn't matter because it was just nonstop.
It was feats of human strength.
Visually stimulating, man. Just like, and flawless.
Like the
It
O
was
Show.
flawless. This show was incredible, dude. Like, you just sit there and you're just like, this is unbelievable. This is just the most visually satisfying thing I've seen maybe ever. Like, this is incredible. I loved it. I thought it was great. It was great. And I'd go see it again in a heartbeat, man. The talents of these people is ridiculous.
Yeah.
It's just incredible, man. And it's a moving stage, Rich. I don't know if you've heard anything about it specifically, but the stage is a star in its own right. I've never seen a stage like this ever that moved and did so many things for the show. It was incredible. So I totally recommend Ka. You know, it's a very touristy thing to do, but hey, when in Vegas, I've never taken Jordyn to see a show out here. And we've been out here a few times. We met out here. And it was worth it, worth every penny. I was 6 rows in, so I was a little close. You could feel the heat. You could feel the sound, the effects.
The heat.
Dude, and there were speakers behind your seat, so I was being stimulated visually, audibly. Like, the whole thing was wild. People flying over you and shit, doing flippy dippies. It was incredible. So, like, but visual orgasm. That's the only way I could describe it. And just flawless and talent out their ass. So great time. And then came back, and I got to be honest, all the walking back and forth, MGM to here, the show, because I did I had 40,000 farts on my pedometer at the end of the day. I'm spent and I'm exhausted. So, but it was great. So I highly recommend it. That was my day in Vegas. And today I'm probably going to see a bunch of people wearing green and drinking green beer and shit like that.
It'll be a shit show. I'm sure if you walk down the strip, there's going to be a lot of 2-for-1 Guinness deals and green beads and leprechaun hats. And it might be a fun day. And it's day 1 of March Madness. So what a day to be in Vegas, Covino.
Exactly.
The fact that you're not a gambler.
And I dip out early tomorrow. So.
The fact that you're not a gambler is a shame because today is day 1. The biggest. We've been to March Madness in Vegas, and it's a scene. So you're actually. Coincidence, picked a pretty cool time to be in Las Vegas. St. Patty's Day and March Madness. So,
I mean, I didn't pick it. I'm here for work, so I just lucked out.
Yeah.
But I'm glad I'm getting out right. Tomorrow morning because it's already too crowded, man. You know, it really is. So
I have a question.
I'm good on that. I feel like the Tuesday to Friday is like the best time you could come.
To wrap up the art conversation from earlier, you've always been into art. I remember in high school you changed the art through the ages display in your high school. So you've always been into art.
It's true.
Far through the ass, right?
Far through the ass.
How do you feel? Mysterious, hot, sexy, tacky. How do you feel about those companies where like you and your significant other roll around naked on a canvas and that becomes the art?
Fucking weak. Yeah.
I don't know. I think that's sort of hot.
My canvas would be all cheek.
Yeah, Spot. What if you just had a canvas of like 2 hands and cheeks? Like, oh.
Yeah, Kristen got some cheeks.
Come on, man.
That's the word. The word I feel. It's not coming to me.
Perverse.
It's perverse. It's like I don't know. It's like
nasty.
Yeah, that's just. Yeah,
you know who would have something like
that's
that?
my ass cheek.
Right.
Oh, you like that stroke right there? Oh, yeah, that was my cock and balls. They were painted red, and I brushed them across the canvas.
Cock and balls.
Name someone.
Some weird white people shit.
Name someone you know that you think would get artwork of them rolling around naked.
You.
Me?
You. Yeah, on a weird date.
You.
Yeah.
You.
You and Sarah go on like a bachelor retreat.
Who of our friends and listeners can you see doing this?
That being said, people pay money for farts in jars, so why wouldn't they pay money for their own like erotic art?
Yeah.
They do. This is one of the things they do on like these dating shows. As like
who that we know?
Who that we know would you not be surprised if it's like, oh, this is us rolling around naked? I feel like Tony Moriello and his wife.
Rowan Caitlin.
Caitlin, yeah. Tony. I don't know if Tony would do it.
What about like Nico and Dana?
Oh, they could totally do it.
I'm trying to think of who we know couple-wise that you wouldn't be surprised if like, yeah, that's our...
Wes and Bree. I could see them doing it.
That would...
For their wedding? I might get that for their wedding gift.
There you go.
Here's an erotic art session.
Right above the fireplace. 2 nice cheeks.
Yeah, those are some cheeks.
And Wes's mustache because he does the brush strokes with him.
Oh my God. Imagine that image. It would just be 2 circles and a mustache impression.
Yeah. Amazing. No, I would never do that. That's just like... I don't
Congratulations,
know,
guys. Here you go.
Yeah, if I was opening up like some sort of strip club, maybe I needed art for it.
It's not. I don't think it's as prominent as you think. It's not. It's not going to look like dick and cock and balls and
I've seen this done before, bro. You think I don't know what he's talking about?
I don't know, bro.
Let me see. I gotta see an image now.
I wouldn't do that shit. You
hold
kidding
on.
me?
I'm fascinated by the art conversation, so I just have one more question. It has nothing to do with penis.
Thanks for paying attention to my Ka analysis.
I love your Ka analysis. In fact, I've been to Cirque du Soleil shows, and I always find them fascinating. I'm amazed by their superhuman strength.
This one was the best.
Bro,
this one's the best.
You can say that about everyone you go to because they'll always amaze you. You'll see a dude, and you're like, is he holding up 3 other people with one hand? And you're like, yes, he is. It's like 3 humans vertically stacked by like holding each other's wrists.
Oh yeah, well there was one guy. He was spinning a girl on his finger like a basketball, on one finger.
Like here's this.
You never saw that shit.
This person, my husband and I made a sex painting, and it hangs on our wall. That's a nice painting. That's a nice painting. Look at that.
Yeah, it's nice.
They put lines
the kids
on
are gonna be so
it.
proud of it when they grow up and see mom and dad's dick painting.
Look at that. Where's that? I don't see any dicks. Do you see dicks?
Serious?
I don't see dicks.
You would do it. You know what? I'm gonna answer the question, Rich. Spot. He would do it.
Do you see dicks? I don't see dicks.
Maybe Sarah and I will do it.
No, I'm too hairy. I don't want to get
creepy, dude. That's creepy. That's
what if there's like sharp? What if there's pubes stuck in the paint? How gross would
I don't
that
want
be?
that.
All right.
Oh look,
that's weird. That's weird. Like TV show dating shit.
Oh look, there's a $65 kit. You can make one at home.
I'm gonna buy that for you.
Oh, sweet art piece.
Now, does your artwork in your house? One last question about it, and then we'll talk about butt cheeks, Bree's butt cheeks on a canvas.
Oh, people posted their own photos of it.
What do you think about a really beautiful art piece versus just personal stuff? Like I went to someone's house once, and I was so impressed with everything they had in their home had a story.
I know who you speak of, and I love it.
Who do I speak of, Spot? Because I might be thinking of multiple people.
Oh, I was thinking of your ex, Kristen. I remember they bought a table from like Bali.
Yeah. Oh yeah,
and they had it shipped back.
They do have.
It was cheap there, but it was like super expensive to ship back. But it was such a beautiful table.
They do have like pieces like that. Like, yeah, we got this in Bali, we got this in Germany. Like, I have a friend, my buddy Mike. His parents, I remember going to their house and they're like everything, the coffee table, the lamp, the end table, the bowl that they served popcorn in, like everything was like, oh, that was from our trip to Colorado. That's when we were in Maui. That's when we were in Germany. That was like their house was nothing really matched, but it was a mix mosh of their life together. And I'm like, yo, that might be cooler than like making sure everything matches.
I don't like that as much. I mean, you got to have some sort of like something going on where it goes at least.
Oh, look at these. These are unique salt and pepper shakers. Oh, yes. That was our trip to the Dominican in '89. Like everything they had in their house was a piece from somewhere. And I'm like, it's a story of their life, you know?
I think it's cool. I like it.
Like it. Maybe you wouldn't do it, but
you need something to go, though. You know, like, I don't know. I don't want like, this is Mexican art mixed with African art mixed with, you know, that doesn't vibe with me.
Speaking of sex art,
are there pictures and then people next to it of their sex work?
No, I was saying.
Oh, I thought there was a photo gallery where it's like, here's the couple, here's their art.
But Rich, to back up what you're saying though, I agreed 1,000% that it should mean something. You know, it's like a tattoo. It's like the same thinking as getting a tattoo. Like, you're not just going to put some people do, and it's stupid.
Yeah.
Put some stupid shit on you. You want it to have some sort of story or meaning behind it.
I feel like I used to do.
Why'd you do that?
I feel like I used to do that shit all the time when I was younger. Like, I would have stuff in my house that meant nothing because I was just trying to decorate, and I was like 20 something. Like, oh, this beautiful cheap picture you hung of like a beach and a bridge. I'm like, yeah, honestly, it means nothing. It was like at the store. So I'm like, I don't know. I don't want that shit anymore. I don't want, it looks cool. I saw it at the store. You're right. I want family photos, paintings from places I've been. I think you start to want to more personalize your home. Right?
Yeah. And again, that's where the mindset goes when you're seeing people spending all this money.
Now, while you're away, Covino, I wanted to ask you one more question that I saw in a news alert today. One of the things that might be going away due to lack of jobs, lack of people wanting these jobs.
Here's sexy paint people.
Oh, sexy paint people.
That's great.
These look like normal couples. Sexy paint people. Look at this couple. She's hot. I would.
I think I'm gonna do a sexy. I think that's what I'm gonna do with Sarah.
Look, this is the sexy paint people looking at their sexy paint photo.
Look at that creep. Go up and look at that creep. He's got red paint on his nose. What a dork. You want to be like that guy?
Let me hold on.
He's got nice pecs. Sexy paint people. Look at these sexy paint people.
Yeah,
look, there's Rich and Sarah.
Weird people.
You think that's what my wife and I look like in your eyes? Thank you.
You're just two cheesy white people. Sorry.
Yeah, weird people a banana peel away from swinging with other couples doing this.
Right.
Guaranteed.
Here's you and Sarah.
Yeah, it's me. You're right. I don't know. I think it's sort of cool.
This is you and Sarah.
I think it's sort of cool. Yeah.
That's you. I don't know who that is.
Well, anyway.
Sexy paint
I know
people.
art's subjective, but I mean, that looks like ass. And pun intended. Pun intended.
Or what about this? What about taking your kids' artwork and framing it all nice? Because sometimes kid shit looks so abstract that you're like, ooh, what is that? No, that's my kid's finger painting.
Get the right shit. Yeah, absolutely.
Like Emmy did some fucking watercolor the other day, and I looked at him like, yo, if framed, someone could be like, ooh, that's very abstract. Who is that? Oh, it's Emmy. Emmy, yes. Very.
Emmy Kincaid.
Covino, something that might be going away because of no one wants to work anymore. Thank you, Kim Kardashian. How do you feel about having to request a hotel room cleaning? It's no longer going to be automatic for a lot of hotel chains moving forward. Like, you have to.
I don't want them in my room anyway, man.
Once you settle in, you're like,
do not disturb up.
Do you keep the do not disturb the whole time you're there?
I do, which is ironic because I'm in here like, gotta get up and getting down with the sickness. Get up and getting down with the sickness. You know, but I do have the do not disturb sign up outside.
Yeah, I don't like being disturbed.
Yeah, but I you know what? I forgot to put the do not disturb last time I was in Vegas a few days ago.
People like, rummaging through my belongings, and then have to deal with like, yeah, where's my chain that I had? Like, I don't even want to take those chances.
I never think of the vato like you do. I'm thinking like, do I really need my bed sheets tucked in, or are they fine the way they are? Is it a waste of time and effort and resources to be like, oh, new towels and new sheets? Like, just maybe leave it. I don't know.
Well, your towels you should hang up. You should conserve water anyway. Most hotels actually encourage you to hang up your towel because you're wasting energy.
Yeah.
For the bed, get yourself a woman who makes the bed when you stay at a hotel. My wife makes the bed like she is the maid. Like she tucks everything in.
She can't make little swans out of towels.
No, she does. She smooths everything out. She fluffs the pillow. Like she will fully make the bed.
She can't fold the toilet paper the way they fold it, though.
She can.
In a triangle?
She actually used to clean hotel rooms when she was a teen. But
what is she, Ruth from Ozark?
Probably. She did in Long Lake. She used to clean hotel rooms for extra money.
Marty.
But yeah,
Fuck
it's
you,
like,
Marty.
You don't need. Think about it. Are you changing your bed sheets they're not even changing the bed sheets. They're just making the bed.
I need to travel with Kristen. That's what I got out of this.
Seriously, she'll clean. If we go to an Airbnb, she'll clean the house like it's our own house.
Let me tell you, during our our Super Bowl party, I told Spot's wife, chill out, sit with Emmy, watch a show, chill. Your wife insisted upon
That's why we work. That's why we work together, because I'm messy.
She insisted on cleaning up. I'm like, Kristen, leave the shit. We'll get it when everyone leaves. And all of a sudden I see your wife like scrubbing pans and stuff. I'm like, stop.
Yeah, she loves a clean house.
Keep going. All right. So okay, let me cross that off. Hotels, do not disturb. You know what?
Do not disturb. However, I must. David Draymond style. I don't like people in if I don't need them in. And what they do here at sassy hotels like that, you just hit a button. It's not even you hang the little thing on the doorknob anymore. You hit a little button and there's a little light and it's like, don't bother me.
Well, that's for usually suite type places. Like I know Vidar is a suite hotel. We'll do that.
Don't bother me.
Like I've seen.
What you bothering me for? Yeah.
So, that's that.
Housekeeping.
Ask yourself this question, Covino. Housekeeping. As we move on. As Covino, while you're there and you're at the sports book watching all the degenerates gamble on March Madness, why don't you put a bet on Los Yankees to not win anything? They are they losing the free agency sweepstakes or what? I saw you bitching about that on your IG story.
Yeah, man, I told you Brian Cashman was trending. You were like, thought I was full of shit. Everyone thinks he's dropping the ball because they're the Yankees. They had a goal, and it was to get like Carlos Correa, Freddie Freeman, or somebody. They got nobody.
Well,
they re-signed Rizzo, but they already had him, so it's not like they got him. They already had him.
Looks like Freddie Freeman, Dodgers. Correa.
Yeah, but I got all this for the Rando news of the day.
Yeah, no, I just thought you might be a little bummed out being that you're a big Yankees fan, and I saw that.
I think it sucks.
I see a lot of memes being like, yo, the Yankees, like, after all the big free agents and all the possible trade options, it's like, all right, Josh Donaldson, that's the big move the Yankees made.
The weakest 36-year-old Josh Donaldson.
That's the big
who
move.
Had beef with Garrett Cole anyway. Like, it's a weak move, and baseball is what, 3 weeks away.
Yeah.
So spring training has begun as of today, guys.
Listen, good teams. Good teams emerge out of nowhere. You get some of the right players. Like all of a sudden, the Royals out of nowhere were good. Then they sucked again. But you get a couple key pieces, couple young players that are sweet. You could get good quick. But how do you feel about Chris Bryant going to the Rockies? I feel like the Rockies are so irrelevant.
How do I feel about it?
You feel like it was he got a nice payday. He'll be hitting.
He got 7 years, $182 million. That's what made him go to Colorado.
And you know what? His numbers in Colorado will be pretty sweet because Colorado. So
Chris Bryant goes from. Are we getting into the news?
I'm having a conversation with you. If you want to call it news, feel free. I mean, I'm just asking about Chris Bryant.
The news?
Yeah, I guess so.
Sports. There's lots of sports news.
Oh, sports.
So if you want to give me some sports news, Spot.
Yeah, hit it.
Sports.
It's called Structure, Rich. We do a show, right?
Yeah, but I mean, like, categorized under sports news.
Sports.
I mean, that's what we're doing. Like, you just jumped into the Yankees and stuff. So there's lots of moves being made in sports. Yankees dropping the ball. Pun intended. Freddie Freeman goes to the Dodgers. So he was the hot chick. The Dodgers got him. Their lineup is stacked. 6 years, $162 million. Freddie Freeman is a Dodger. And when you read through all the feedback and when you do further investigating, like his wife was all about the West Coast life anyway. Like his wife was all LA. I think she's from the area. There was really no chance of him ever coming to New York unless they came up with some crazy offer that he couldn't refuse. So Freddie Freeman just, again, he's the fourth MVP, former MVP in that Dodgers lineup. I think they're one of the only teams to have 4 former MVPs in the lineup, on the team. Insane. They're so stacked, it's ridiculous. So Freddie Freeman's a Dodger.
Jeez.
Well, think about it. Freddie Freeman's good looking. Covino's mom has a crush on Freddie Freeman. He's a handsome guy. They got a good looking family. Spot. I mean, do you expect him to not have a good looking family? It's a superstar athlete that's a handsome guy himself.
162 million.
We'll say this: his kids had huge noggins.
Spot.
Look at the noggins on those twins.
He's a handsome superstar in sports. Did you think he was going to have an ugly wife and weird kids?
I mean, sometimes players' wives are a little bit throw me off.
He definitely has a few Peter licks.
I feel like baseball doesn't always get the hotties. Always. I mean, I know there's exceptions.
Now, what I thought was interesting is people got all weird about Freddie Freeman leaving the Braves. His last at-bat was a home run. His last fielding play was catching the last out of the World Series. So the guy couldn't have gone out on a sweeter note. Like as far as perfect, like his last at-bat was a home run. His last catch in the field was the 3rd out of the World Series. So he leaves accomplishing everything he needed to in Atlanta. And you know what? People just love the fun of like, yo, what a homegrown guy, because they ended up getting that dude Adams, and Matt Adams and Freddie Freeman have very similar stats. So it's sort of like a push, to be honest. Like people love to.
You talking about Olsen?
I'm sorry. Did I say what I say? Adams?
Yeah.
Matt Olsen. Is it Matt? Who is it?
Yeah. Olsen from the Athletics, from the A's.
Yeah. He's
dude's a stud. Yeah. His numbers are ridiculous.
Matt Olsen. Why did I say Matt Adams? Matt Olsen. His numbers are literally identical to Freddie Freeman. So anyone that's like, man,
and he's younger.
And he's younger.
32. Freddie Freeman, I think, is 36.
So, I mean,
something like that.
Anyone that thinks they know what's going to happen in baseball, or any sport for that matter, as we love to point out, is full of malarkey, because no one knows. Like, I see people trying to get under my skin saying, Mets are going to suck again. They very well could. The Mets could win 100 games, and DeGrom and Scherzer and everyone could light it up.
Good use of the word malarkey.
Or the Mets could win 80 games and be the biggest letdown ever. You could say the same about the Braves. You could say the Dodgers win 120 games because they're that stacked. Or the Dodgers could get hurt and win 90 games, make the playoffs. You don't know.
No
one knows. If you
Freddie
knew.
Freeman's woman.
She's stacked, but that lineup, the Dodgers lineup is stacked, guys. Dodgers lineup, they just got way better. It's crazy. They're already a great team who got even better. And don't quote me on the ages. All I know is Olsen is younger than Freddie Freeman. In other baseball news, Rich mentioned it. Giants got rid of Chris Bryant, or should I say Chris Bryant went to the Rockies for 7 years, $182 million. Like, we're talking getting paid. Yeah. Jock Peterson is leaving the Braves, Rich. He's going to the Giants, 1 year, $6 million.
I have a question.
And then the biggest surprise yesterday, I think, was Von Miller going from the Rams to the Bills for a 6-year deal, $120 million. I'm imagining that the Rams didn't want to give him that long of a contract. That's what I'm guessing.
And the Bills just got another key piece. Think about the Bills. They played in the best playoff game of the year last year, where they lost to the Chiefs, and you know, people love to say that was the game of the year. It was. Bills and Chiefs were the two best teams game of the year. They ended up, beating the shit out of each other in the best playoff game we may have ever seen. Add Von Miller to that already great team. Buffalo might be the team to beat now. Looking good, crazy. Buffalo.
And he announced that on social media. People are like, really? To the Bills? So moves are being made, making money moves in the NFL, baseball. Freddie Freeman, the biggest story by far, because everyone was waiting to see where he went, and he's a Dodger, and it's kind of gross. And you're right. People expect, you know what it is? It's like Los Angeles as a city, Rich. It's not what it once was. People expect everybody to want to go play for New York. And it's just not what it once was. No one wants to live in LA anymore. No one wants to play for the Yankees anymore the way they used to. You know,
the world is smaller. Everyone's like, yeah, do I really need? Why do I want to play for the Yankees? I'll be honest. You know, it sounds crazy because the things that used to lure people to the Yankees, Covino. You know how sometimes what someone could love about you is what they also end up hating about you? The Yankees' history, the expectation, everyone's got a clean shave and the pinstripes and earn your pinstripes and, hey, I'm from the Bronx, hey, oh. Like what used to be I want to play for the Yankees, if there's some young player from the Midwest, he might be like, fuck that noise. He may say, I want nothing to do with the pressure of playing in New York, the annoying fans, the expectation, earn your pinstripes. Yo, a guy like Chris Bryant's like, I'm going to chill in Colorado, hit 40, 50 home runs, and no one's going to bother me.
Jason Nichols says the money Atlanta offered Freeman would have been even when you factor in the taxes and cost of living in California.
Sure.
Again, which is why most people don't want to live in California anymore. It used to be a sought-out sort of fantasy destination to live in L.A., to live in California. Just like playing for the Yankees was like the dream, but not for like today's younger person. It's just not as alluring as it used to be. It seems that way anyway. And Rich, speaking of your Mets, Robinson Cano apologized to everybody yesterday. I don't know if you saw that.
I did. They're saying while he is later in his career and he's not the Robinson Cano, Robbie Cano, don't you know? He's not the Cano of the Yankees and Mariners. But if Cano could be a bottom of the lineup, good left-hand bat, like he could be the prime DH for the new DH in the National League. If the Mets had Robbie Cano batting like 7th and hitting like 25 home runs, like that would be fantastic.
Buck Showalter said at a press conference, Robbie Cano is the type of guy that could hit until he's 65. So you might get some production out of this guy. He said his goal is to make all the people that shit on him as a Met, because he got in trouble for using steroids and he was out for the past 2 years or whatever. His goal is to get them to cheer for him again, and he apologizes to everybody. So I think you could see a good season from Robbie Cano. We'll see.
Yeah.
There's no excuses. All I know is that I can't live in the past. Just move on from now on and just go there and keep being the same Robbie Cano that I've always been.
I bet you there's a lot of people surprised that Robbie Cano is still playing baseball. Because last you heard he got in trouble. That was it. But, yeah, he's bigger now. But
remember when he had that big fat contract? That seemed huge.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, because remember Jay-Z? He was with Jay-Z's company, and he got that Seattle Mariner Mondo deal. Covino, you made a great point, though. Like, the lure of New York for an athlete is not what it was in the 70s, 80s, 90s, 2000s.
No
like,
way.
hey, come play for the Yankees. Why? So I have to shave my stubble. So I have to live in the most expensive place. So my family and friends and everyone could berate me because the fans are brutal. No, I think I'm going to go play in St. Louis. Like,
and it doesn't have the magic that it had in the 90s, like you said.
They're not winning teams anymore.
Yeah.
They're not winning the way they used to. It's not automatic the way it once was. Those Derek Jeter years are gone.
Yeah, not to mention you're not playing with I mean, they're all good athletes, so don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
But you're not playing with those superstars that you always idolized growing up, like that stacked lineup of the Yankees. You know?
No, for sure.
It's just it's a couple good players, and then it's just another team.
It is interesting. I feel like I had one more point about MLB heating up.
I have a question.
Yeah.
As you think of your thought,
I know what it was. Go ahead.
Are all these changes happening now because of the lockout? Because I feel like usually all these big moves are usually made by
they were postponed.
Okay.
They were postponed.
That's what I was curious
so
about.
That's why these are last minute things. As spring training kicks off, shortened spring training, the season starts before you know it, but everything's falling into place now. So, ta-da! And I think the big question mark, Covino, on your team, to wrap up the foosball baseball talk, isn't Aaron Judge or is it Stanton? One of them's unvaccinated.
I don't think they've confirmed it yet, but they asked Aaron Judge about it, and he gave like a very vague answer.
I'm pretty sure Aaron Judge, the digging they're doing is that Aaron Judge won't be able to play.
It's Judge because I saw him asked about it, and he didn't like. Yeah. He gave like I said, a very vague response.
That's the actual headline says Aaron Judge vague because it doesn't know they don't know either way.
81 games. And then any game against the Blue Jays, because Toronto and Canada has that rule. So you're looking at Aaron Judge, if he is not vaccinated, we're talking close to 100 games out of 162. He's like, nah.
Yeah, that's insane.
And you know, I talked to my dad about it, and I go, Dad, you're in New York. I don't know the local feel of what's going on. I'm like, I know he listens to Rosenberg and Michael Kay every day, and I'm like, yo, what's the scoop? And my dad's like, well, to be honest, here's the problem. And I'm like, all right, Dad. All right, what's the problem? Everyone wants Kyrie to play. Everyone thinks it's silly. And they're like, yeah, let Judge or any Met or Yankee, let him play. Vaccine or not, like we're trying to move past it, right? He said the mayor and the city is in a tough spot because just months ago, thousands of workers were fired because they weren't vaccinated. Right. So he's like, thousands of workers were fired because they weren't vaccinated. They've since been replaced. So now if you lift it and say, oh, Kyrie Irving, go play basketball, some guy that worked for the city lost his pension and all, he's going to say, oh, so I didn't matter, but the guy making $30, $40 million dribbling a basketball, you'll lift that for him?
I saw
you deal with thousands of city workers that lost their jobs, and now you're going to be like, yeah, but guys, Aaron Judge, Aaron Judge.
I saw the mayor speak
but
about
you're not
this.
lifting it for Aaron Judge, right? You're lifting it because we're in a different place.
I know, but still.
I saw the mayor speak about this until they actually lift the mandate. He's like, you're putting the lives of 3 people. Kyrie, 2 Yankees. Yep. I don't know how many Mets are, but it's like you're putting the lives of, let's say, under 10 people against the lives of millions of New Yorkers.
Can't do it.
And, you know, I understand that sports is a big industry, but you can't send that message to people. And I understand it, you know, take what you want, your view about the vaccines and mandates and all this shit. It's a rule that needs to be abided by.
It's not a matter of, Covino, it's not a matter of vax or anti-vax.
No, you believe.
It's not a political thing.
It's
now
just the rule.
Now it's just a...
Sorry. It's an ordinance.
I'm telling you, it's not a matter of pro or anti-vax. It's not a matter of how you feel about COVID. It's deeper now because what was in place, you know what it's like? It's like, you know, think of all the people that got locked up for fucking smoking a joint because they were a minority, they had bad lawyers, and they got caught with a bag of weed and they went to jail. And then that state's like, yeah, weed's legal. And a bunch of people like, yeah, pass it up. The people in jail like, yo, I'm in jail for something you guys are chilling and doing.
That's ridiculous. I think that should be undone.
That's sort of the analogy you could come up with when you're like, so they lift this and it's like, yeah, Aaron Judge, go hit home runs, buddy. And some guy's like, I worked for the sanitation department for 25 years and lost my pension, but whoa, you know.
Yeah. I think there should have been like suspensions, not firings. I get it.
I agree.
I hate to state the obvious though, right? But the weed scenario you gave, they did that when it was against the law.
I know.
Right? I mean, so it makes sense, but it doesn't. And I'm glad it's not my problem to handle, to be honest, you know, because I don't know what they're going to do about it. And all these names haven't been released. It could be more than 2 or 3 people. We don't know that.
Just because you don't believe in something doesn't mean that you still don't have to abide by it.
Yeah.
You know, like
that's what I mean. Yeah.
Like if I want to park my car on the side of the road on alternate side of the street cleaning days, I think I should be able to park there, but you know what? My car's going to get towed.
Richie, what you don't realize, Dad, what don't I realize? If the Nets go into the playoffs right now, they'd be scheduled to play a 7-game set versus the Toronto Raptors, in which Kyrie would not be able to play any of the games because it's New York and Canada. So Kyrie would be out the whole series.
Oh, shit.
So it's not like, hey, if like they play the Sixers, Kyrie could play 4 of the 7 games, right?
Hey, but you know what? That's the choice that Kyrie made. You know, that's the choice that Aaron Judge made and who all these other players that we don't even know yet have made. So as Brother Kane said on a Throwback Thursday, you lie in the bed you make.
Yeah. Listen,
it's a song you don't know. Most people don't.
I really don't think, Covino, it's a political vax, anti-vax conversation. I really do think it's a matter of like, how do you feel about changing a rule after that rule affected a lot of people and quickly changing it?
Yeah, but this thing has been ever changing, right? And I think we are in a place where that mandate should be lifted, regardless of of Aaron Judge or Kyrie. So
think of any
I don't know
rule.
why anyone's going to make it out like they're only doing it for these guys when, no, we're doing it because everyone's moved past it already.
Think about this. It could be something so stupid. Let's take it away from losing your job. Spot, do you remember when we worked at Clear Channel iHeart back in the day?
I do. I never quite made it to the iHeart realm, but yes.
Neither did I. I was still there when it was Clear Channel. But we work for
technically
iHeart.
work for
I know,
iHeart.
we
now.
work for iHeart now.
Yeah, you work for
I know.
iHeart now
Well,
with Fox.
At least they signed my checks.
So, Covino, back then in the iHeart Clear Channel days, when you were working at a New York City radio station, they gave you free parking. And you might say, oh, big deal. But free parking in New York is like $800 a month in the city. And you're talking about a parking garage that a daily parking would be like $50, $60.
I never got parked.
Now, here's the thing. If you started after a certain day, that was no longer grandfathered into the contract. So half the employees had free parking, and the new guys, maybe like Spot, were like, well, what the fuck? So I have to pay for parking? Yeah, sorry, you're the new guy. Yeah, but the guy you hired a month ago gets free parking. I have to pay $50 to park?
Hey, rules changed. Sorry, bud.
Yeah, but all these other people get free parking, and the lot is $800 a month. Sorry, new rule.
I mean,
so
I understand.
I mean, we all get lessons in life that teach us that life's not fair, right?
Sports are great and all, but a lot of people did die. So maybe just adhere to the rules for a bit, and then
the
go
rules,
on your
but
merry way.
again, you got to adjust the rules accordingly too. You can't be dragging your feet just because you fired a bunch of people a few months ago.
Yeah, it's a tricky one, Spot, because Kyrie gets to sit in the stadium, in the arena, next to his teammates, because fans don't need to be vaccinated. There's 25,000 people in the stands. No worries. 10 feet away on the court, his teammates are playing. It's a little silly, but again, rules are rules are rules. You always say, I hate rules. I do, for reasons like this, but rules are rules.
Rules are, they ain't no rules.
Rules are rules. They just need to be adjusted appropriately and accordingly and timely. So that's the update there. Hey, speaking of sports, this is more of the Rando news of the day. You want some Rando news?
My favorite intro.
Live from Las Vegas. Las Vegas.
News.
Rando.
Erin Go
It's
Braghless.
sports related, but not really.
Erin Go Braghless.
Mike Tyson is selling. I'm selling weed gummies.
I got to get my hands on these.
I'm selling weed gummies. They're
How do I
called
get
Mike
them?
Bites.
How do I get them?
They're called Mike Bites. And I don't know if you noticed, but Evander Holyfield, he's a wonderful man. A lot of people praise me. I'm not worthy of praise. Praise to Allah. Praise to Evander Holyfield. He's a wonderful person. And I, unfortunately, he bit his ear, as you guys remember.
Yeah, of course.
And now he's selling little pieces of Evander Holyfield's ear, known as Mike Bites, and they're weed gummies.
Evander Holyfield be selling these?
They're Holyfield's ear.
But it's ear with a bite out of it, which is even worse. I thought it was just ears.
They're gummies in the shape of an ear.
But with a bite in them.
How many milligrams in each?
Let's see.
10 milligram bites?
I don't know. Rich.
10 milligram little ears? Get me some of those bad boys. I want to try these on the show. Spot, can we reach out to get some Mike Bites?
You reach out. You went to his branch.
Why don't me and you have a clandestine conversation about the impetuous styles of my Mike Bites?
Yeah. 10 milligrams, take 1.5, 2 of those. You'll be feeling nice. You'll be zooming Mike Tyson style.
You'll be biting ears off.
I'm thinking really reflective like.
I asked Mike why Evander Holyfield's ear and maybe why not a little like Mike Tyson head. And he said, well, that would just be self-aggrandizing. So I figured I'd pay tribute to someone worthy of praise. I'm not worthy of praise.
I'll buy him, Spot. We don't need a freebie. I want to get these Tyson ear bites.
Mike Bites.
I just I went to the weed shop yesterday, Sarah and I, and they were not there. I did not see Mike Tyson ear bites yet.
Let's see. How do I buy these?
By the way, it was the first time. It was the first time Sarah went into the weed shop I go to because grandma and grandpa.
You okay?
Yeah. Something went.
Are you okay? Are you sure?
Maybe that's a sign that you should be at the weed shop with your beautiful wife.
No, so we went to the weed shop because Sarah's like we had a little appetizer and a drink the other night, and Sarah's like, let's go to the weed shop. I've never been. I always just tell you what to get, but I've never been there. And Sarah was like super inquisitive girl, and I'm like, let's just get what we need. She's like, can you tell me the difference between this and this? And we were there for like
they're so knowledgeable at these places.
They are so knowledgeable. But Sarah's like, what about for like my college? Sarah's like, what about during the day when I'm doing Zoom meetings and I really need to focus in my ADHD and I just can't focus in, and like this one right here, like Sarah was like Captain Inquisitive, but she got what she needed. It was a process, and these people do know everything they're talking about. So I am curious to try the Mike Bites.
I can't find out how many milligrams are in there.
Mike Bites. So that's big news. Hey, how did this happen? Am I missing something? Juicy Smollett is released.
Yeah.
Juicy Smollett released pending appeal of his conviction. He had 150 days to serve, and he's out. Like, this guy's an asshole. Why? I don't care if throw him back in. He's a jerk off. This guy.
Hold on. What's his name?
Juicy Smollett.
Juicy Smollett.
Oh, Juicy.
So, released pending approval of his conviction. He was supposed to be there for 150 days. Lawyers walked him out. Now he's home chilling.
Yeah, he gets to do he's released for the appeal process, which is typical in cases like that. It's just he's got the money and the bail and everything. So yeah, until they do the appeal.
I get it, but fuck him. So whatever.
Yeah. And by the way, I think we all say his name wrong because of Dave Chappelle. Is it Jesse Smollett?
Jussie Smollett.
Is it Smollett? Or I feel like Dave Chappelle was like Juicy Smollett, and we just all repeat Dave Chappelle.
I don't know anymore.
I feel like
I am quoting Dave Chappelle. You're right when I say Juicy Smollett.
No, but Juicy Smollett, I think it's Jussie Smollett. I think we all repeat Dave Chappelle.
I don't think it's Smollett. It could be wrong. I don't know. I think that's a horseshit story, and he should get a horseshit punishment.
Yeah, like the more it unravels, I'm just like, this person, at every turn, he's just a shitbag.
I read up big
he's
time.
A shitbag. I don't care if this is standard procedure. Keep that jerk off in jail.
Like, not only did he fake his attack, he faked death threats and letters. He claimed that he was, going to be attacked.
And let's remember the ramifications here, like, and how divisive they were. Like, you had people thinking he was beaten up by white dudes and shit. Like, fuck that guy.
And he hired his black personal trainers to fake jump him.
Yeah.
And I read all the details on this, and you know what the funny part is? Not that it's a funny part, because it's a terrible story. Here's the thing. He's doubled down, and he's still adamant that, like, no, like, it's, I really did, like, this really happened. Like, he is straight up.
He said he's innocent in his little speech before they put him in jail.
Yeah, he said he's innocent. And what's wild is that when they were doing the investigation, he was the first person to say, no, you don't need my phone. Because you know why? He didn't think they'd go that deep into the investigation. And his phone had interactions with the people that fake jumped him. And he was like, nah, you don't need to see my phone. And very quickly, part of the settlement, you realize that he owes the city of Chicago and the police department hundreds of thousands of dollars because of the wasted resources and time. And overtime, cops were paid overtime to investigate a fake situation. Imagine that. Imagine your Uncle Joe, who's a cop, and his whole crew.
Wasting time. This guy, that's what I'm saying. This guy's a jerk off. And what was he trying to accomplish? Fuck that guy. Get him back in jail.
Right. Think about what he was trying to do.
He was trying to become the face of racism.
Right.
And like it was a self-serving,
like,
shitty.
So for people that actually did suffer, it's like the people who claim assault and all that kind of stuff for attention.
On a lesser level, this is like the woman
rape and all that kind of
on a lesser level.
Assault, that's
and the country don't need that shit. No, fuck that guy.
There's enough real shit to deal with. Yeah. We don't need the fake shit for your own self-aggrandizement.
Yeah. That's a good word, Spot.
Self-aggrandizement. Because
it's a terrible comparison because they're both terrible situations. But you're right. For the woman that fakes assault or fakes rape, and then what that does to all the women that were real victims, right? That's all the people
he was faking a hate crime when there's plenty of real hate crimes going on.
There's plenty of African Americans, Asians, people around the country that are victims of real hate crimes, and this jerk off is faking it to get attention.
Don't forget.
Yeah, it's pathetic.
Don't forget
wasting
the MAGA
police's
hats, remember?
time, and now he's fuck this guy.
And he tried to make it political by saying, "Oh yeah, the people that attacked me were wearing MAGA hats." Like
dude, everything about it is weak. So
I'm innocent, I tell you.
Yeah, this guy could beat it. Hey, moving on. Netflix. According to the Today Show, Netflix announced that they're finally going to start charging people who share the accounts and share the passwords.
So they're testing it out in like foreign countries. But yeah, there's going to be a fee where if you're sharing an account, when you log in, you have the option to share the account, but for a lesser rate. So like, let's say $2.99 a month, you can have additional people on your account.
I pay the maximum because everyone in my family uses my password. Right. So I think I pay like $20, but my sister, my dad, I hope they realize what might happen. Oh,
yep,
no.
So they're finally figuring that out.
How am I going to watch Sweet Magnolias?
Kanye.
Steel Magnolias?
No,
Kanye West is in the news again. Kanye. His IG was suspended.
Yep.
For 1 day. They gave him a 24-hour suspension.
No, you know what they gave him? They treat him like a child. He got a timeout, Covino.
He got a timeout because he was saying he was slandering Trevor Noah. That was the final straw, I guess. Not all the harassing he's doing to Skeet Davidson and his ex-wife. He called Trevor Noah a few things that went against the guidelines, and they suspended him for 24 hours.
Trevor Noah.
But he's also in an online beef with DL Hughley.
I saw
back and forth. Yeah.
Yo, Covino, I don't hate on Trevor Noah. He's a good broadcaster, a comedian, I suppose. But I feel like he has become progressively eye-rolly to me. Like I watch a lot of his clips. His shit pops up on my feed a lot, and I'm like, everything I watch, he's thought out, but he's eye-rolly thought out. So he's a smart guy, but I'm like, yo, stop pandering so much. Like, he is eye-rolly pandering to a level where I'm like, yo, there have been plenty of other liberal talking heads that aren't as pandering as this guy.
Yeah. He annoys me. Really, like a lot.
And speaking of
his take on Joe Rogan and his take on Kim and Kanye, both of those things, I'm like,
and don't think,
I never liked that.
And don't think it has to do with being liberal. Like I adore Bill Maher, even though he's gotten a little bit more. Like he eye rolls.
You like John Oliver?
I love John Oliver, who recently got some flack, and so I love liberalism with actual humor, not like eye rolly. Like let's just shit on everybody, but not make it fun. You know?
Yeah, and again, for conversation's
I like
sake,
good
nothing
points.
personal. Maybe Trevor Noah's a swell fella. I don't know. I never met him. So, but I'm with you, Rich. I feel the same way when I watch this shit. In other Kanye drama.
Maybe it's the accent.
Kim.
But no, I love John Oliver.
Kim said that Pete Davidson has a tattoo that says, "My girl is a lawyer." So I don't know if you saw that. He was rocking something that said Kim on his chest, but apparently that's a branding.
It's a brand.
That's how they describe it. I'm not sure. Again, this is all according to E!
like,
Online.
like the Yellowstone brand, like Rip from Yellowstone. It's got a brand on his chest. Yeah.
So,
which means,
if you guys remember, Skeet sent a picture to Kanye in bed. He's like, "I'm in bed with your ex-wife." And it said Kim on his chest. She said that's a branding of sorts. Yeah, but he has an actual tattoo. She said one of my favorites is his tattoo that says "My girl is the lawyer." So this dude already has
a brand. Well, I mean, we know that he in past anyone he dates, he gets a tattoo of them. But a branding is a little bit different than a tattoo. I feel that the scarring is different, and you can't really cover it up.
I mean, I don't know if it's one of those.
I think it is,
or if it's some sort of ink branding. I don't know what the fuck it is.
No, the branding is like, as Spot said, Yellowstone style.
I know what branding is, but how do you know it didn't look like that in the picture I saw? So maybe it's some different sort of branding.
I mean, I'll tell you what. I saw him hanging with Terrible Terry Funk, so I think he was branded.
I remember that.
I
remember that. That's so that's the update there. And Rich, Rando news of the day to wrap it up. I saw this. I thought it was pretty cool. One of the coolest haircuts I've ever seen. These eyes have ever seen.
Maybe there's something to these like tattooed, skinny emo guys.
There is.
I think maybe that's their permanent loves. Maybe they'll find this and then that's it for life. They've made it for life.
I mean, apparently their relationship is still going strong.
Kim Kardashian said on Ellen that it was a brand.
A month later? 2 months later?
I said that.
Yeah.
But like, it is, are you, I don't think it's the branding that we know. It doesn't look that way. It's black.
It's puffy off the skin, right? Like that type of branding?
Yeah. No,
it doesn't look that way, though. That's what I'm trying to tell you. It's black. So maybe it's some sort of just ink stamp. I don't know what the fuck it is.
No, I think it's an actual, like,
So you think he got sizzled?
Yeah.
Don't you
watch Yellowstone?
In black.
Yep.
Okay, fine.
It's healing.
You know what it says on his other ass cheek? Boar's head.
Yeah.
So, Razor Ramon passed away this week. Rest in peace, Scott Hall.
Hey, yo.
Boar's head.
And I don't know if you saw this haircut that I sent Spot, but I thought it was one of the coolest ones these eyes have ever seen. In tribute to the late, great 63-year-old bad guy.
Oh, sorry, Rich.
All right. Oh, look at that.
This is a good one. It has a toothpick and everything.
Oh, yeah, it does have a toothpick. That's pretty dope.
Watch.
How do you do the toothpick? Oh, it's an actual
good one. If you're just listening, it's a guy, a Vic Blenstein, who sculpted Razor Ramon in this guy's fade. And it's really high quality. So, hey, we remember Razor Ramon this day.
Yeah. Why don't you, instead of getting a Peter Lick, have this guy just etch something in your head.
I know WWE is real shitty with flagging us, so don't play it, Spot. But if you get a chance today, I want everyone to just look up Razor Ramon, Scott Hall, his promo video for when he entered the WWE back in the day. It's so old school chauvinistic. You know when they used to introduce a new wrestler, Covino, in the WWF days?
Yeah.
Like Mr. Perfect, where they're like, we have a new wrestler. Let's check out Mr. Perfect. And he was like shooting darts. And, you know, the little promo videos, the little interstitials. They have Razor Ramon poolside. And he's like, hey, yo, it's me, Razor Ramon.
He was huge, by the way. Like, he was a big dude.
Some girl comes up and she's like, oh, my God, like, we got together last night. And he's like, now I'm done with you. I got what I wanted. Get out of here. Because, and then, like, he like, they show him, like, dismissing women he fucked, essentially. Because I'm Razor Ramon.
Yeah, you can't do that anymore. Yeah, that was in the late 90s.
Yeah.
Or was it? What year was that around?
Early 90s.
Early 90s.
Early 90s.
By the way, Kelly Cookson is saying that she asked... Ellen asked Kim if it was an actual branding. She said yes.
Yeah, she did like the...
I read that. I don't know. I find that hard to believe. But if that's what happened, then good for him. He's going to feel real happy about that when they break up. So that's the Rando news of the day. St. Patty's Day. Oh, yeah. Live from Vegas, live from Los Angeles. It's the Covino and Rich Show.
As a palate cleanser.
Let's do a jig.
As a palate cleanser, by the way, a jig ruined a kid's life in my elementary school. I've told this story before, but there was an Irish kid, and it was the Washington Street School elementary talent show. And I remember my buddy Siri, who listens to the show, Chris Siri, him and my buddy Walter, they did a little lip sync action to CNC Music Factory. Everybody Dance Now. I had another buddy that did Vanilla Ice. Girls were dancing and doing cheer moves. This one dude is like, Mom, no. He was an Irish kid, Chris Moran. His mom made him get on the stage in a kilt and do an Irish jig, and everyone was like,
Scottish.
yo, dude, he wore a kilt, so I don't know what that means, but he did.
Irish wears kilts, too.
Oh, do they?
He did an Irish jig like he was Michael Flatley before we knew Michael Flatley. And if you thought that 6th grade kids thought that was like anything but the perfect ammunition to make fun of this kid forever, like, imagine your mom made you do an Irish jig when you were 12.
On a Throwback Thursday, Rich, it's like the story of Captain Crossbones.
It is. Covino went to a birthday party, and the kid's mom, when they were a little too old, got a magician, Captain Crossbones, and the kids...
We were 13. It was his 13th birthday, I remember. And we were all excited because there were some hot chicks there. Like, we were already in that mindset of like, ooh, chicks, yeah. And his mom stopped the party, and she's like, Ian, it's time. And he's like, no, Mom, no. I swear to God. I'll never forget it. It ruined the kid's reputation because it was a lasting impression. It branded him loser.
Mom, no, Mom.
Guys, everybody sit around. It's time. Ian, he's here. No, Mom, I told you no. I don't want him. We got all my friends here. No, Mom. Guys, stop. Ian, stop. It was so awkward. He's like kicking and screaming with his mom. And then the mom's like, guys, everybody sit around. It's time for Captain Crossbones. And this pirate magician came out, and we were all like, boo, this guy sucks. Captain. We were making moves on chicks, and we were in that mindset. And we're like, man, this is the weakest party ever, and we never spoke to that kid again.
Chris Moran, never respected the same way. Never respected the same way after he did the Irish jig in 6th grade. Now, enjoy your shitty corned beef and cabbage, your green beer, your green bagel, your March Madness day one. Any upset specials today? Let's see. Is anything going on quite yet? Any upset specials?
When's Gonzaga?
Man, if I could care less, I would.
Two games have already.
I'm actually more amped about March Madness.
2 games have kicked off already, and as of right now, Michigan beating Colorado State, and 11 beating a 6 seed, and Providence, a 4 seed, with a 6-point lead over South Dakota State, a 13 seed. So 2 games already started. The next couple days, it's going to be crazy for all the college football fans. Now, a little palate cleanse spot. Did you see the latest Wheel of Fortune fail?
Oh, no. There's another one?
Look up Wheel of Fortune pedal, Pedal. There's a guy.
What was the other one?
Not something in your hat.
Feather in your hat.
Not feather in your hat, feather in your cap. This is another one. And Wheel of Fortune fans are saying, yo, every week now there's an idiot. And people are like, and then do you remember we were saying Pat Sajak's sort of snarky? Covino, did you see after the last one, Pat Sajak came to the defense of the player saying it's tricky when you're under the lights, and he defended them.
I saw it.
Oh, no.
Now,
it just looks so easy.
This one is like, what?
No.
Another Wheel of Fortune fail. Renting a blank boat.
Let's see. What could it be? I can't even think of anything that it wouldn't be.
I mean, renting a
I like to solve. Yeah. Renting a paddle boat. No, that's not right.
Pause it. Here's my theory. He said paddle boat, so everyone else, I think, thought they heard pedal boat, and they're like, oh my God, if it's not pedal boat, then what is it? Right? Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Listen again to him say, because he says renting a paddle boat. It's not it's a pedal boat.
Look at Vanna. I like to solve. Yeah. Renting a paddle boat. No, that's not right. Oh. Michelle, you have $3,000 you can spin again, but you don't have to.
The girl, she left. She's like, oh no.
600. What letter do you want?
M.
No.
M?
Crystal.
A padam boat? M?
900.
W?
No.
Pedal. A pedal boat?
I hate these fucking videos. Give me the answer. Did she ever get the answer?
I don't know how it ends.
I don't know how it ends.
I don't know how it ends.
Damn it.
It goes back to that guy, and he's probably like, pedal boat, not paddle boat.
What in the fuck?
So there you have it, buddies. There you have it.
All right, here we go. This is someone like filmed their TV. I hate this shit.
Let's see how it ends. And by the way, I don't hear Covino anymore.
I have to spin.
Oh, because I pulled down the...
Oh, sorry.
900.
W?
Sean, what do you want to do?
I like to solve.
Go ahead.
Renting a pedal boat.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, he said paddle boat.
Oh,
so
yeah, you have there. Oh, sorry, can't hear nothing. Talk. Go.
No, that shit is weak. Weak sausage. Weak sauce.
I know they're very specific about pronunciations, so you always hear people overpronounce things now.
Yeah,
but like to not even have the letter right is just.
Yo, it all goes back to the best one ever, which we don't need to play, but we all remember the Achilles instead of Achilles.
Right.
Achilles. Achilles was the original Wheel of Fortune.
Just like there was the one
on South Park.
Well, not that. The one where there was too long of a pause.
People who annoy you.
And the woman lost. Remember, she lost the Audi, and Audi gave her the car.
Yeah.
Because there was too much of a pause in between.
Yeah. Wheel of Fortune. I'll tell you what. Covino, for an older show that's like our mom and dad's generation, like Get Ready for Dinner show in the background, they do get viral clips based on this shit. So they got to love these fails because it makes it relevant to a younger generation.
Yeah. Pat Sajak ain't having it, though.
I was going to say, do they do this on purpose for that reason? But I don't think they do. I'm sure they do other things on purpose for a reason. However, Spot, on a Throwback Thursday, our buddy JC in Kentucky sent me a video of Vanna White as a contestant on The Price is Right before she was Vanna White.
Oh.
If you want to throw it back. It's kind of a cool video because it's like, wow, look how pretty she is. No, you know, she stood out. She's on The Price is Right. No wonder she ended up on Wheel of Fortune.
Vanna White must have been a looker back then.
Yeah, she
Come
was.
on down.
Vanna White. Because she's gorgeous now as an older woman. I can only imagine Vanna as a younger contestant was probably like smoking.
Oh, yeah, all tan and California hot.
Vanna
I don't know
White.
where she's from, but she looks that way.
In the world of entertainment.
You want to see her run down?
In the world of entertainment, is there anyone that had like a better life than Vanna White?
No.
Made millions tapping letters?
I want to see her run down. Where is she?
Is that Bob Barker with dark hair?
Yeah, this is super old.
Oh, this is before he dyed it again.
When's Vanna run down?
Man.
And Vanna White.
Is that Rod Roddy or not even Rod Roddy yet?
You are the first 4 contestants on the
She's like got boobs.
Madonna mia.
Oh, Vanna White.
I want to see her bet.
Bench barbells and dumbbells.
Oh, look at this little
all
chin.
designed to get you into shape and keep you there.
Throwing it back.
From Diversified Products.
Vanna, what do you bid on that?
600.
Damn, Vanna White looks hot.
Get serious.
No, you would.
Bertha.
Call me a perv, but
What do you bid,
Jesus,
Bertha?
she's good looking.
$350. Richard? $625. $625.
Yeah, she was the epitome of what we thought was hot back then for sure.
Go up on stage. Does she ever get up on stage?
That prize is $509, and you.
No, Vanna did not win. Sorry.
Oh, Vanna never got up on stage.
If we're gonna do this, Spot, look up Aaron Paul from Breaking Bad on Price is Right.
Honestly, Rich, it is one of the best ones.
Aaron
He
Paul
loses his shit. He loses his shit when he's called on The Price is Right. It's hilarious. This is Aaron Paul, Jesse Pinkman from Breaking Bad before they're famous.
I have the horrible feeling I have another one. Here's the next item up for bid.
Yo, by the way, how comforting is
Top desk.
Bob Barker's voice when you hear it?
Aaron, what do you bid on that?
$1,200.
So retail price $17.97.
He was so passionate.
I mean, how funny is this shit?
He loses the Showcase Showdown, though.
Aaron, if you don't go over, you win. No matter how far
Isn't
you
he
miss.
so close, too?
Your bid is $26,500. Aaron, the actual retail price of your showcase is $26,368. By so little, by $32. And that's right.
$132.
Oh my God.
It's okay, Bob.
Not much.
Honestly, though, hearing Bob Barker's voice takes us all back to staying home from school. And honestly, it feels like that comfort food, man. It's like fucking grandma's tortillas or something.
It really is.
Listening to that voice really is like, wow, yeah, I missed that voice.
Like soothing and comforting and like just, okay, what's the next item up for bid? Like, oh, man.
Throwing it back. And by the way, there's something really, really beautiful about Vanna White. You know why? You know what's so refreshing about seeing her on a Throwback Thursday as we wrap up our Price is Right Wheel of Fortune talk? She's so naturally beautiful, dude.
Yeah.
And it's a rarity nowadays.
Yeah.
You don't see it.
20-something-year-old Vanna White. My goodness, I'm in love. Look at,
Yeah.
can you Google image like 1980 Vanna White? She's
I'd love to.
jeez.
Yeah, but they glamour her up, and she's gonna have like 80s hair.
No,
like,
but I'm talking
just
like her
that,
as a
she was
contestant.
gorgeous.
As a contestant, is like probably a 20-something-year-old Vanna White.
Look at her with these two studs.
Oh yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
I mean, Vanna.
Remember, she was in Playboy too.
She was.
That was when I was in my V-neck T-shirt stage.
Yeah.
Daytime TV as a kid was so. You didn't have the choices now where if you're homesick as a kid now, you could probably stream and like binge a show or something. When you were a kid, it was like you're home, you're watching Price is Right, and you're watching like your grandma's soap operas.
And fucking Jerry Springer or
Yeah.
whoever else was on.
Yeah.
Maury Povich.
Yeah.
Whoever was on at the time.
Game show.
You know who never gets credit when you think of trash TV?
Chuck Woolery.
Well, Morton Downey Jr., but you never
Richard
hear
Bay.
about Richard Bay. Richard Bay, you never hear about.
Yes, he doesn't get enough props. Richard
I agree.
Bay was like the man for a minute. Was he an East Coast guy though? Yeah, man, Vanna White.
Vanna
titties.
White.
Can't show titties.
Jesus.
I mean, they're sheer.
Vanna.
I didn't notice the titties when I pulled up the photo.
Vanna.
Just looking at her beauty.
They don't make them like that
Nah, they
anymore.
Man. All right, well, Vanna White, Wheel of Fortune fail. Yo, did you see, you know how Rudy Giuliani went from like America's mayor to, fucking nut job?
Yeah.
Do you see not Chris Cuomo. Chris Cuomo's the reporter. Oh my God, Vanna.
Vanna
Yo, I'm not
White.
gonna lie. She might like somehow like
She had some
young
cheese.
Vanna White might be oddly on my like top list. Look at young Vanna.
Sarah has a very young Vanna White
Look
vibe.
at young Vanna White. She's gorgeous. Look at the cheeks in the reflection. Now, all right, let me keep it in my pants here. Jesus.
Jeez, Rich.
You're trying to tell me she's not top tier beautiful?
Let me tell you, she's juicy.
Juicy.
Vanna
Tasty.
White. I can tell why she's my. That's my.
Yeah,
I think
tasty.
Vanna White is my dad's favorite. Remember, my dad's like Vanna White.
I mean, Christy Brinkley's up there as the number one, probably. Vanna White's a good number two, though. People forget she was a looker.
Oh, Christy Brinkley?
No, Vanna. I'm saying Christy Brinkley would probably be everyone's number one of like naturally beautiful, still has it, But Vanna White was really, really pretty.
Yo,
If
you wanna connect the dots as to why,
Like to connect two dots.
if you want to connect the dots as to why I was so into my wife when I met her.
Maybe this is
Look
it.
at the girls that as a kid I told you, Nicole Eggert, Vanna White, Christy Brinkley in the vacation scene with Chevy Chase when she's in the red sports car and she's by the pool.
She's still gorgeous.
Like, I remember my dad, I think my dad brainwashed me into thinking, Richie, now that is a perfect woman. I think my dad, like,
Vanna.
Hey, Spot, pull up a picture of Christy Brinkley in National Lampoon's Vacation with Chevy Chase. All right, stop being that. Now you're being a little weird. Christy Brinkley, National Lampoon's Vacation. I mean, Covino.
Checking around.
There's
for Jordyn.
moments in TV and movie history, but for me, I don't know why. Christy Brinkley with Clark Griswold to me was like, she was just like your typical, like the perfect example of like hot 80s blonde.
Ooh, look at her in the bikini. Bikini.
All right.
Hold on. Sorry.
But yeah, that's our childhood, man. Yeah, Christy Brinkley.
She got no ass though.
Yeah, I guess she wasn't even trying to pop it out. It was a different time.
Ass didn't exist in the 80s.
Yeah.
On white women especially.
Well, she's not even standing. Like now, women stand in ways to pop out non-existent booty. She wasn't even trying.
She didn't need to.
Yeah. All right. Well,
she had the beauty.
I said, back in the day, Rudy Giuliani went from like everyone loved him to sort of a whack job, right? Did you see that Cuomo? I keep wanting to say Mario Cuomo. Andrew Cuomo has now been
Chris
like,
Cuomo?
he's pretty much saying like the whole Democratic Party and all the liberals that he was, affiliated with his whole political career. He's like, they're all woke cancel culture whack jobs. And now it looks like Andrew Cuomo has flipped. Like, and it's wild to think. I don't know if he'll ever get back into any type of political game because he sort of got kicked out.
Yeah, but the sad part is a lot of people just pretend and do it for the sake of being on the nice side of, I don't know, social issues. Like, I don't even think that a lot of people believe what they stand for.
So it's all a game.
Yeah. So he's just being real about it. He's like, yo, this guy's a jerk off.
So I saw that about Cuomo. I wanted to play something for you that I was curious what you thought, but I did want to remind people tonight is my Spirit airline flight, and I've only spent, now get this, I've only spent $100 extra, just so you know. Remember we talked about how Spirit airline charges for everything, like every little thing. We have one checked bag, and we chose our seats. And that was $100 total. But I told you the tickets were $100 one way, opposed to I think the second cheapest was $380 one way. So ends up being like $150 each. So I'll let you know how my Spirit Airlines adventure goes tonight. $60 for a bag check.
Right.
$60 for a bag check.
$60 for a bag check?
Say that.
And $20 each to choose a seat. So there was the $100 add-on. But again, $100 add-on to $100 tickets. So ends up being $150 each, but still significantly cheaper. But Spirit,
can you just do one bag?
Do
you need two bags, or can you do one bag?
No, we're doing what? We're sharing one checked bag.
And it's $60?
$60 for one checked bag. $60. But hey, we'll see how that goes. Spock, can you look up my favorite person? I sent you my favorite person on TikTok, but there's a different link. There's a new TV show, Covino, that starts next week. And it has to do, it's almost like Eurovision in the United States. Have you seen this?
I don't know what it is yet.
Total Driver with American Song Contest?
Sure.
Sounds corny.
Snoop Dogg and Kelly Clarkson are hosting.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
And it's a songwriting competition. And I think, from what I understand, I just saw this before.
It's like
you
every state. So Eurovision is every country represents with a song. This is every state represents with the song.
Every state represents the Eurovision, but in the United States. So it's American Songwriting Contest, American Song Contest. And on social media, you know that TikToker that has a couple songs that I like, Jax, J-A-X, Jax? I guess she is part of the show, or they hired her to... She made a little quick snippet song about why New York is the best state, and other people are writing little songs about their state. And I just found it catchy as hell. Spot, can you play it? It's on American... It's on their TikTok page. American Song Contest. And
I want to see an American Thong Contest, bro. That'd be way better.
With Christy Brinkley?
That'd be way better.
And Vanna White.
American Thong Contest.
Vanna White.
Thong Contest.
Is it this like 10-second video?
Yeah, let me see. It's Jax.
Mike Spites.
Yeah, here.
No offense, but I think my home state is better than yours.
That's it?
No, go to
it's whack, bro.
No, go to the whole. Yeah, go to her thing.
That was the clip from American Song Contest.
Click on it again.
I did.
No offense, but I think my home state is better than yours.
Well, there's a whole song that I'll find it and send it to you. But in the meantime, Covino, do you genuinely feel
exactly what you said? So
I know. Do you genuinely feel like can you make an argument that your home state is the best state? Like, can you make an argument for any state, or you think it's obvious that some states have they just stink?
New Jersey, baby.
Like New Jersey. Let me tell you about New Jersey.
It's nice to have pride. It doesn't make it the right answer. Like, I have lots of pride. I can make lots of great arguments that my childhood was great.
It's on her page.
But
I got it.
That doesn't mean New Jersey's the fucking best.
I got it, Rich.
Yeah, here's Jax. I love this girl. I think she's so fucking talented. I'm a huge fan of this girl. But she wrote a song and other people started doing their version. So here's her.
Rich, move to the right.
But I think my home state is better than yours. 'Cause we got pizza, bagels, and more. The Statue of Liberty, we got Little Italy. Try and name a better state than New York. Go.
So Spot, now click on that, and there's a dude from Hawaii that did one. Just play his, and it's pretty good. There's some chubby dude from Hawaii.
How do I find it?
Click on the bottom of her name, where you share the video, like how you do a TikTok at the bottom. Click on the audio.
It doesn't work there. Let me see if it's the web. I always say the web is different than.
Okay. Well, don't sweat it then.
Yeah, the web is different than your phone. Yeah, I can't find it. Oh wait, maybe this is it.
I think everybody should have pride in their own state. You know,
Pick a guy, any
that's
guy.
a good thing.
The Hawaiian-looking dude spot.
The Hawaiian-looking dude. Oh, this guy.
No offense, but I think my
Is this him?
home state
Yeah, okay.
is better than yours. 'Cause we got pizza, bagels, and more.
I like pizza.
Statue of Liberty.
We got pizza here.
Little Italy. Try and name a better state than you.
Aloha, I'm reppin' HI. Take a dip in the ocean, get a little sunshine. If you come this way, we can ride the waves. There's no place like Hawaii.
But I think
My home state is better than yours. My home state is better for sure. I said what I said and I'll say it once more. My home state is better than yours.
Can't forget about Hawaii.
forget about
Yeah.
it.
What?
Hawaii wins. Sorry,
Yeah.
I'm from Jersey, and I'll admit Hawaii.
What would
wins.
be what would you put in the Jersey version of like that little jingle song? Would you be like, "We got Taylor Ham and the Jersey Shore"? Like, what would be the highlights of Jersey? The boardwalk,
100%. Jersey Shore is fantastic.
the shore.
I love where I grew up, but I'm not gonna like defend it as the best state. You know, it was great for me growing up, but yeah, we have Taylor Ham and the Jersey Shore. We're close to New York. You know, that's always been a bragging right.
Spot, play the chubby person that was the first one that came up too.
Sopranos.
We have Great Adventure, Six Flags.
Oh, Six Flags Great Adventure.
Six Flags, Jersey Shore,
Wildwood, New Jersey.
Taylor Ham, Disco Fries.
You said the chubby.
Yeah, there's like like
No offense, but I think my home state is better than yours.
No way.
We got pizza, bagels, and more. So
what?
Is that a chick?
We got
I don't know.
Italy. Try and name a better state than New York.
Okay, if you're from where I'm from, you must be pretty lucky. 'Cause everybody knows there's nowhere like Kentucky.
JC.
We got the Derby, KFC, and perfect weather. Your state might do it, but Kentucky does it better. My home state is better than yours. My home state is better for sure. I said what I said, and I'll say it once more. My home state is better than yours. Sorry, y'all.
Forget about it.
So I don't know. I think it's
That dude loves KFC.
it's going to be NBC's. It's NBC's. Covino, it's there. Because think about it. The Idol, Masked Singer. There's these other show. The singing shows are in season now. So this is NBC's answer to that because Idol's on ABC. Fox has the Masked Singer. So you got NBC entering that mix with Kelly Clarkson and Snoop Dogg hosting.
They have really good pizza.
You know, Snoop Dogg and Kelly Clarkson are going to be hosting American Song Contest. And let's see. Jersey Shore, Taylor Ham, Disco Fries.
Home of the Hog Off.
Home of the Hog
1994.
Off.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think it was. I like watching that shit. I like watching talented people randomly harmonize like that. Call me
My
corny.
hometown is home of the world's tallest water sphere.
Oh yeah, the world's tallest water sphere.
NBC still has The Voice too. Yeah, but this is their seasonal competition now, so we'll see. But yeah, I don't know. I like corny. You know, call me corny. I like shit like that. Watching like random people harmonize with each other on social media makes me happy.
Do you want to take this
And
one?
Rich ate some corny beef and cabbage today.
Yeah. What'd you say, Spot?
I said, do you want to take this one or should I?
Yeah, go ahead.
You're corny.
Oh. Yeah, that's it.
You know what today's the anniversary of, Rich?
Let's see. The 7th.
Just to give you a timestamp.
Oh, let me think.
Our first show at your house?
No.
317. Hold on.
You'll never
317.
guess. You'll never guess.
Oh, it was the first. It was our first day officially not in the office.
No.
Because we did ESPN on Monday. It was a Monday the 16th. So this is our first official day 2 years ago.
Well, yeah, we are wrapping up the first week of the 2-week stay-at-home coronavirus is here anniversary. That was 2 years ago.
Yeah.
But no. I think I was trying to figure it out. Was it 5 or 6 years ago? My dog Monkey died. Remember that?
Oh yeah.
Which was really Layla's dog, but I took care of him. So did my parents. We all sort of helped out. But I held Monkey that morning, took him out to the bathroom, And then while we were live on the air, that's why it's a timestamp in reference. We were on the air and got a phone call live that the doggy died. Like, oh, fuck. And it died right in front of my daughter in her bedroom. And I had to have our buddy Al B, who was living with us at the time, take care of it before I got home, and then eventually I had to take it to the veterinarian later that day, and that was the end of Monkey. 5 or 6 years ago today.
Yeah, that's wild, man. It really is.
I'm thinking 5 years ago, because that was maybe 6. I don't know. Could have been.
My home state is better than yours.
Why don't you submit one for New York?
And I'll
but you're a Long Island boy.
I'll make one for. I'll pretend I'm from like a weird state, and I'll tell her on the redeeming qualities of like South Dakota. What is South Dakota? Mount Rushmore. What else?
That's it. Fishing.
Yeah. Well, hey, sad anniversary of Covino losing his dog. That stinks.
I mean, it was what it was. It's just the timestamp. I didn't share it to bring the mood down.
It stinks because you think about those things when you're
really
kids,
cared
right?
About my dog Monkey.
Like my Piper Waffles ain't gonna last forever, and there's gonna be a day where I sadly have to tell my kids like, dog's not here anymore. It's the worst. That's why there's a part of me that's like, I don't want any pets after Piper, because all it is like a temporary fucking sadness.
But I always remember because Monkey, he was half Chihuahua, half like Jack Russell Terrier, and he had like this reddish brown sort of coat, and we would dress him as a little leprechaun on St. Patty's Day. So I'm pretty sure I picture him dressed as like a little.
I'm a leprechaun.
Yeah, it's so sad. It is sad actually when you think about it. But yeah, that was a weak ass day. I just can't remember if it was 5 or 6 years. Spot, you don't have it in your archives?
Oh, I can look it up.
Yeah.
Man.
And that happened live on the air. So anyway, just a timestamp. That's all.
I have.
Do you want to pull up the actual audio of the show?
No.
That'd be weak,
right?
Yeah, I have.
Because you never expect it. That sucked because I was with that dog that morning, and I was noticing its little heartbeat and everything. Because I had to carry. It was at the point where I had to carry it to go to the bathroom every day. So I took him out that morning, and then just a few hours later, he died.
Yeah, it was 2016.
2016.
2016.
6 years ago.
Dang, bro. Life's flying. 6 years ago today.
What else do we talk about on that show?
Hold on, I'll pull it out. Give me a second.
What do we talk about 6 years ago on the air?
And by the way, knock on wood, Monkey's counterpart, Max, still kicking, man.
That's wild.
Yeah.
Make sure nothing's showing. Let's see. All right. 3 years ago, what did we discuss? Or 4? How many? 5 years ago? 6 years ago?
Yeah.
Let's see. St. Patrick's Day. Covino's a quarter Irish. Rich is a part Irish, but he never mentions it. You're a part Irish?
Yeah.
I didn't know that. Let's see. His daughter's excited for today. She has Shamrock classes. Rich is in a good mood. Covino's tired. Groundhog Day. He hates his repetitious routine, and then you get an emergency call. Your dog died. Then we talk about dealing with dog's death.
Man.
Let's see. Adam LaRoche retired the other day. Congratulations.
That's so random.
You talked about Adam LaRoche for like an hour.
Jeez.
Oh, Alonzo Bowden was in studio, the comedian. That's about it.
Okay, there you go.
So you talked about dogs dying, Adam LaRoche, and Alonzo Bowden.
It's the anniversary of that miserable day.
God, what did you talk about for about an hour about Adam LaRoche?
I don't know. I don't even know anything about Adam LaRoche.
Same. I don't remember shit about Adam LaRoche. I remember the name.
Let me end on a question today, if that's cool. I saw in an interview Scarlett Johansson was asked, "Do you think you would have dated Colin Jost in high school?" And she said, "Probably not." So yesterday we talked about The Bachelor and all these dating shows and how sometimes timing and all these things are a bigger factor than you like to let on. Of all the girls you've loved before,
he had
Willie Nelson style, to all the girls.
Enrique Iglesias style, bro.
By the way, did you see the photo of Colin Jost in high school?
I have not.
Oh, it's fantastic. He had the classic 90s center part.
To all the girls I've loved before.
To all the girls I loved before.
Look at him.
The haircut is weak.
Right?
He's like a nose picker.
I think his name should be Biff.
Oh my God. What is this?
Oh my God.
Man,
Yeah, no, she wouldn't have dated him.
Acne hit hard.
So ask yourself.
Oh my God.
Of the
Yo, honestly, he's like you in the 90s, Rich. I feel like you had all three of these hairstyles.
He's a goofy goober.
He is a goofy goober. Man.
So for every goofy kid with slightly red hair that's a doofus with pimples, you may end up with Scarlett Johansson one day.
This guy looks like he wants to fix your computer.
That guy looks like the person that was like, I promise computers are going to be a big deal one day. And you're like, shut up, nerd.
Shut up, nerd. Get back in your locker. Wow.
I ask you, of all the girls you've loved before who traveled in and out your door, how many do you think wouldn't have dated you when you were a younger guy? See, Covino, you were like cool in high school. I was not. So I feel like Sarah wouldn't have dated me in high
wouldn't
school.
have dated me because she was like a total nerd herself. I was way too cool for her in like a high school phase.
So you have the opposite effect. Like
she said I was a douche, but like I know she was like into superhero shit and anime and dressing up. Yeah, but she wasn't running the cool circles like I ran.
So it's the opposite, where Sarah, I think, probably wouldn't have dated a pimple nerd like me, and you wouldn't have dated Jordyn because she was like the pretty nerd.
Oh, was Jordyn like, oh my God, like I'm just such a nerd?
She was though, bro.
Yeah, but you don't know when people come into their own. Maybe Jordyn was a late bloomer, so Covino would have been.
I'm gonna need to see a high school photo of Jordyn.
She had blonde hair. She's like,
if I scroll back far enough on her Instagram, do I see prom photos?
No, that's how you know she's too young, bro.
I'll find. I'll find one.
If you scroll on her Instagram and see prom photos, she's too young for you, bro.
Would they have dated me? I don't know. They all say no, but I say yes because I had game.
But would you have wanted a superhero nerd in high school?
Well, that's a different question.
Jobs.
Would I have dated them? Maybe not.
Yeah, I'm telling you, it just shows that timing and like whoever you end up with, you're designed to end up with that person based on timing, life, everything. That's why. That's just the way it is. Like when people are like, would you have? No, I didn't know the person in high school, and you know what? Maybe there was someone you were perfect for in high school, but you weren't with them because at that time it didn't make sense. Nerd.
Yeah, you just and like Spot said, people find their selves, I guess, at different points in life. You could have been way awkward in high school, and your significant other was cool in high school.
You and I just talked about this the other day because we were talking about giving parental advice and how Covino and I had a good conversation the other day about how do you try to instill catchphrases?
I told you I gave Melody 2 pieces of advice, but they have better rings to it when you give them an old school saying.
Yeah.
I remember the 2 that I used. I said to Melody, show me your friends, I'll show you your future. I gave her that one.
What does that mean, Dad? Look it up.
I said, look it up. And then I said, well, you know what, Melody? You get more flies with honey than vinegar. Keep that in mind. I don't like your attitude.
What does that mean?
She was dead set on me doing something for her, and I didn't like her attitude about it. And I just didn't like her approach because her approach was too similar and reminiscent of a previous life that I once lived. And I hate when I see that. So I'm like, I don't like your attitude, and that's why I'm not listening to you right now.
Yeah. Catching you catch more flies with honey is a great one because no one wants to deal with a rude person, but when influences in your life,
Dad, why won't you just do it? I'm like, because I don't like your attitude. That's why.
Yeah. But you got to remember, kids watch their parents, and everyone's got a different style, and I think she's growing up with the style of like complain and you get what you want,
Yeah, and that doesn't vibe with me, you know. And sometimes I just want an easy breezy day. So this is what you want. Get out of my face.
Yeah. So we were talking about lessons that you'd want to instill in your kids, and like, do you use catchphrases? And you and I were talking about different stages of our life, and I was saying I didn't gain real confidence until I was in my 20s. So the teenage you versus now versus the 20-year-old you, you're ever changing and learning and growing and becoming less confident, more confident, less confident. You go through stages. Until I was on the radio and felt like I was proud of what I did and it was a cool job. Like I felt very insecure about a lot of things. And, a teenage version of yourself versus the grown version of yourself, like very different, very different. And I do think that if you teach your kids lessons in phrases.
Every dog has their day.
If you teach your kid phrases, then I think they'll repeat those. Because even friends, like I always say, he who angers you controls you. Stanley T used to say that shit all the time. So I think a lot of times if you have a catchy phrase for something, it's the easy way to convey a message.
Well, I mean, those phrases stand the test of time because they're true, right? They're like life lessons that are true, yet they have a nice little ring to them, so easy to remember. Mm-hmm. And, it goes to what you're saying about your confidence. Yeah, every dog has their day. Like, you got yours, but later on in life.
Yeah.
Because you were kind of geeky in high school.
Yeah, so to think that you would have dated your wife if you knew each other in high school? No. Most people probably no.
I knew my wife in high school. She didn't want to date me.
There you go.
But you had your day, Spot.
I did.
Every dog has his day, needless to say.
Finally broke her down.
I just may.
Now I can't get rid of her.
All right. Well, on that note, enjoy your time in Vegas, buddy boy.
I'm gonna. Tonight,
don't you have dinner? Don't you have a double date with Carrot Top and his wife?
Today I'm
your
hanging out
favorite
with Chris
ginger.
Angel and Carrot Top.
No,
It's
your
gonna be a
favorite
great
ginger.
time. Today I'm just gonna get a nice lunch or whatever, roll around the strip, look at people
Why you
watch.
gotta
That's
roll?
fun. And then tonight I have an event for SiriusXM and BMW, so that should be fun. I just hope it goes easy breezy, and then I'll come back tomorrow morning.
I picture Covino just rolling down the strip.
Whoa!
Well, yeah, I got one of those hover rounds.
Yeah. How do you resist
for fat people?
How do you resist getting the mole every time you pass Javier's?
It's very easy. Jordyn doesn't like Mexican food. It's very odd. So
you're not going to hit Javier's again?
I haven't hit Javier's, no. Believe me, she makes up for it in other ways, but I hold it against her.
She does. Yeah, she does.
Javier's.
Have you ever felt something so special?
Yeah. In return, did you tell her about the Javier special?
It's interesting, Rich, because I haven't been to Javier's, but I've had the Javier special. No, I'm just kidding.
Or am I?
No. Who is this? What's your name? No Twitch tomorrow because Covino will be traveling, and
I'll be traveling.
And Rich will be traveling. Actually, Rich will be on his way to a wedding back east.
I'll be home around 11 a.m. I gotta do the dad thing. Get home, get Melody from school, teach her more life lessons, more fables.
Yeah.
And try to keep her grounded. And that's it, man. I'll live it up in Vegas on your behalf. I'll have more stories on Monday.
Nice. And I'll have stories because I'm flying Spirit Airlines and I'm going to Atlanta. I'm going to a wedding. I'm going to a vineyard. I'm doing all these things with the old school high school crew. My friend Jeanette is getting married this weekend to Juan.
Jordyn sent me teenage photos. Can I show these?
Yeah.
I don't know what they look like. So if she sent them to you, I guess you can show them.
Yeah, she sent them. Then show them. Yeah.
Just have her give the thumbs up that it's okay
So
to show
you
them.
think me, Johnny Football Hero, would date this girl? Let's see.
Have her give the thumbs up. It's okay to show
Do it. Show them.
Is
she
it
sent
okay?
them to you.
Yes.
Okay.
Now, would Steve Covino...
So she went to 2 proms.
Wait, hold on. Would Steve Covino...
in 1 year.
Would Steve Covino in his white tank top wife beater, his gold chain, and his muscles... He didn't take steroids, but what did you take again?
Nothing.
Well, yeah, you did something. What was it? Not steroids, but you took...
Not even close. Ephedra? Like, no shit. You bought a GNC.
So you're all hopped up on ephedra, muscle-bound Guido. Let's see Jordyn.
All right. Here's prom number 1 that Jordyn went to.
Fuck out of here.
Yeah, she definitely could have gotten it.
Her prom date looks like my brother.
Right?
Yeah, what a weenie.
Looks like Top Jimmy.
What a weenus.
Weenie McGillicuddy.
Man, yeah, Jordyn was such a nerd. Man.
Who that?
I mean, it's the prom. She's all done up.
Yeah.
Well, hold on, but I want to see...
She must have looked like a mutant the rest of the time.
The week before, she was at NerdoCon.
What, was she stuck in a locker her entire career
Wait,
so no
hold
one
on.
saw the jubs?
Covino, how on earth do you live up to that guy?
Oh, wait.
Here's the thing. Just because a girl has big boobs doesn't mean she's not a nerd.
Oh, wait. There's more.
Let's go.
Here's the other one. Look at this guy.
Fuck out of here.
Fuck out of here.
I don't know.
Weenus McGirt?
Jordyn. So ugly and nerdy.
Weenus McGillicuddy.
Man.
Bro.
Blondie. I want her to go blonde, I think. I like the blondie thing.
Oh, yeah.
After seeing Vanna White today, I think I want a nice blondie.
Covino, look at, I mean, I asked Jordyn, has she ever dated a guy like you until she met you? Did she date like Camp? Did she? No, did she date
like me, bro?
I'm just like a
one
nerd.
of a kind, man.
No, but I'm saying, did she date like traditional, like handsome white guys? Are you her first Latino man?
She don't see me that way, dude.
What do you mean? See color.
She doesn't. She just thinks
she's too blinded by her own
Her first
whiteness.
impression of me was I was cool. It didn't even dawn on her that I was like of mixed race. Whatever. She don't see me that way.
Does she know you're quarter Irish?
Yeah. Why wouldn't she? Look at me. I'm wearing green today. I look like a little Vato leprechaun.
That's green. You got to work on your color.
It's like, hey, dude, I'm in Vegas, bro. I didn't bring my whole wardrobe with me.
Yeah, Jordyn's probably one of those girls that was super annoying. That was like, yeah, I'm like one of the guys. I'm such a nerd. Oh my god, I love like such nerdy things.
No, dude, she had like she's
I'm
like
not
emo
cool
girl,
at
like
all.
blue hair for real.
Yeah.
Well, then let's see that picture.
Yeah, let me see that picture.
By the way, Adam hit me up, said she looks good blonde. She's naturally blonde. She dyes her hair brown. Her hair is naturally blonde.
She's the only person on earth, I think, that does that.
Well, because she has like green eyes, so they stand out more with dark hair, with brown hair.
Not to mention, her sister is also very blonde, so maybe she just wants to stand out. I don't know.
Lisa, her hair is blonde. I'm reading feedback now. She looks good as blonde. She is blonde. So when did you dye your hair brown? Like 2010. In 2010, she dyed her hair brown and never went back.
Yeah.
Why don't you go?
By the way, she looks really good blonde. She should start dyeing her hair blonde.
Well,
I need some of that Vanna White, bro.
Right?
Enjoy.
Yeah, bro.
And this could all be yours.
That doofus.
I wonder what that guy's up to. He's probably a stud now.
After seeing these pictures, Jordyn should be kissing my feet, to be honest.
This guy's probably
that guy's way cooler than you.
That guy is probably
stud.
He's working on a farm in Idaho right now.
Yeah. Huge potato.
That guy has a huge. He's got a sweet potato in his pants.
The guy's got a.
That's not a diss. I'm just saying he's probably somewhere in Idaho still.
That guy. He might bring the fun. Let's look at him one more time. This guy.
Can we look at the first guy?
Yeah.
You top Jimmy?
Yeah.
They're both super rich engineers, actually. I just got the update.
This guy here is living in Maryland with his wife and his mother-in-law.
No, they're both super rich engineers.
Are you serious?
Wait, choo-choo train hats? Idaho rich.
Yo.
Engineers don't fucking run trains, bro.
I know, bro. It's a joke, dude.
She threw in the rich to make you feel insecure.
Yeah, she did.
She's like, they're rich.
It doesn't work. When you got a hog in your pants, none of these things, you're bulletproof.
Make fun of them all you want. They're rich.
They have a Peter Lick in every room.
Yeah.
Don't care.
You see that Peter Lick? You see that Peter Lick painting you like? That
I'm
artwork?
bulletproof to those things.
Johnny has 20 of them.
Actually, he's Johnny Lick. He's
the heir to the Lick fortune.
Yeah. Why don't you have them buy you a Peter Lick photo then?
Just playing.
I'm just kidding, baby.
I'm just joking.
I'm just
All right, listen, have a good one. I gotta hop on a flight in a couple hours. Spirit Airlines, I think they required you to get there 5 hours early, and you have to get on a bicycle to warm up the plane. I'm on Soul Plane. I'm going to be standing in the back with like holding a subway thing.
Hilarious.
So enjoy your weekend. We'll see you back for Fox Football, Fox Sports Sunday.
Be live, foxsportsradio.com. Enjoy your St. Patty's Day, your St. Patty's night. Catch me on Turbo later today. And thanks for hanging out with us live from Vegas and from LA. Again, we'll be live again on Monday. Maybe some Behind the Velvet Rope over the weekend.
Yeah, sounds good. All right, until then, arrivederci, baby.
See you in the promised land.
Bye.
Bye.